perfect hue for your paint project. When you're ready to paint, shop online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams to get everything you need. Let Sherwin-Williams bring your color to life.
Well, Darren Duran with a base hit, the drive-in story. You had an infield hit right up the pitcher's glove, and he stole second, he stole third, and with the infield in, Duran hit it hard enough to get it by the diving first baseman Aranda for an RBI single. Still one out. Raffy is 0 for 3 with 3 Ks. His love lady comes on to pitch. Left-hander used to be with Kansas City. Overall, his 32nd appearance, a record of 3-6. And the first pitch fouled around the batter's box, strike one. The Red Sox don't want to stop now. Chris Martin getting ready for the 8th with the Red Sox now ahead. For your apple pie, apple crumble, apple snacks, apple of your eye. Apples on sale now at Shaw's and Star Market through Thursday. Get a tote bag of apples for just 99 cents a pound. Shaw's and Star Market. The pitch, check swing low and inside. O'Neill to follow. Nobody warming. Of course, the lady has to face 3 or retire the side. Long one here would really make it comfortable. There's a ground ball left side, but it's grabbed by the third baseman. To second out, on to first. Double play. Tough night for Raffy. 3 Ks and a double play grounder. 5-4-3. After 7.5, it's 2-1 Boston on the Shaws in Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Network.
Allow us to introduce you to the Ford truck built for New Englanders like you. The New England Edition F-150. Made with luxurious style, top-notch technology, and built Ford tough capability. Now you can get America's best-selling truck for 47 years for a great deal. To lease the New England Edition F-150 today, stop into your local New England Ford dealer or visit buyfordnow.com. Claim based on 1977 to 2023 CY industry reported total sales.
Hey, it's Joe. The Shaw's and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes is your chance to win free groceries plus other incredible Boston sports and concert prize experiences. We'd like to congratulate Brian of Brighton, Massachusetts as our next winner. Brian won the prize for his loved ones to join me in the broadcast booth and a $100 Shaw's gift card. Enter for your chance to be our next winner just by shopping at Shaw's and Star Market. See official rules at GrandSlamSummerSweeps.com. Shaw's and Star Market, proud to be the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network.
Hey, baseball fans, Will Fleming here. Are you tired of your home siding striking out? Enter AZEK Exteriors, the #1 brand with pros for premium exterior trim and the ultimate pinch hitter against rot and ongoing maintenance. Introducing AZEK's new bevel and shake siding, engineered to withstand the toughest weather conditions. With AZEK, you can achieve the classic beauty of traditional cedar siding, but without all the ongoing maintenance. Stay ahead of the game with siding from AZEK Exteriors. Visit azekexteriors.com to order samples and learn more today.
Hey, baseball fans, ask Sherwin-Williams how you can make every day feel like game day. With over 1,500 colors and a top-tier coaching staff to bring the energy of your team spirit home. Shop online or visit your neighborhood paint store today.
Hi, this is Chris Martin. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Chris Martin takes over, trying to protect a 2-1 Red Sox lead as we move along here to the bottom half of the 8th inning. They'll have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Lau, the Red Sox nemesis, Caminero, and then Aranda. Slayton's game to win. He went 1 inning, gave up hits to the first 2 men, but got 2 strikeouts and a ground ball to escape without a run. Martin delivers to Lau, and he swings and loops one to center field. On comes Duran hard, and he can't get it. Drops in front of him for a base hit. So Lau, the Red Sox nemesis, is now 1 for 4. He popped to third, grounded a short fly to left. Tying run aboard with Chris Martin on the hill.
They changed out the turf here before last year. It's not quite as bouncy. Used to be balls like that could go way high over an outfielder's head. Even still, though, I thought that was definitely the right call for Duran to put the brakes on and not take a risk.
Yes, I want a double. Sogard now playing at second after Rafaela left with the pinch hitter. And the right-hand batter, Caminero, the youngster, takes a strike. Tonight, he has struck out twice and bounced out 5-3. Martin's been good when healthy. He delivers home. Check swing, get tied up inside. He dropped the bat. He might have hurt his wrist or his hand on that very awkward situation. He went running back toward the dugout trying to get out of the way. So he's ahead 0-2.
He tried to act like he didn't swing when he went all the way around.
Almost tripped and fell. Wow, average runner at first. Very short lead. The pitch is in there. Strike 3 on 3 pitches. The 21-year-old goes down looking, and he's discussing it with a home plate umpire, Blazer, not very happy.
Looked good to me.
Umpires don't like that with a rookie. There's a Ronda.
Look at that pitch. Perfect.
Yeah, these are 3 ground balls. Been retired 3 times, all toward the first baseman. Left-hand batter. Martin out there with the 41st time. First pitch fouled out of play.
In your 42 years, who's the most entertaining umpire you ever watched?
That's a good question. Emmett Ashford was but he was before my time. I mean, I remember him as a fan. Go to first, runner back. I don't know anyone I'd call really entertaining. The pitch is up and in for a ball.
We talked about Joe West's courage in the 0-4 series to help the Red Sox.
He'd love to create attention, bring attention to himself, but he was good umpire, balls and strikes. 1-1, runner at first. And a swing and a foul tip into the mid. It's Martin pitching very effectively inside to these hitters. So he's jumped ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. For Josh Lowe on deck, another guy who's hurt the Red Sox. Martin ready for the 1-2. Fastball taken high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, tying run at first here in the 8th inning. It's been a long time since Kenley Jansen's had a save chance. The pitch. Swing, ground ball hit hard. Picked by Casas, the second out, on to first. And he picks a low throw, hangs onto the bag, double play, 3-6-3. Very good play by Casas. And on both ends, catching the ground ball with the backhand and then scooping the throw with a good stretch to retire the side. So, after 8, Red Sox 2, Rays 1 in the Shaws in Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
It's so much fun when I'm driving with you. Everywhere we go, everything that we do, yeah, it's fun when I'm driving with you.
Drive away in the all-wheel drive 2025 Subaru Outback. Buy with 1.9% financing or lease for just $305 per month during the Subaru of New England all-wheel drive away. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
Playing it safe at home means having health insurance. And if you need coverage right now, the Massachusetts Health Connector has a lineup loaded with power. The Connector Care program is available to more people than ever and includes low premiums and no deductibles, keeping you covered and saving you money for everything from an urgent ER trip to managing chronic diseases like diabetes and hypertension through no-cost prescriptions. Everyone in Massachusetts is required to have health insurance. If you need it, go to mahealthconnector.org today and find the right plan for you and your family. That's mahealthconnector.org.
Mass Mutual is an official partner of the Red Sox. And as fans first, we know you're already zoning out. So here are 20 soothing seconds of Fenway sounds, because there's nothing like being at the ballpark. This meditation is brought to you by Mass Mutual, official partner of the Red Sox. Learn more at massmutual.com/Red Sox.
If you need tires, think Town Fair Tire. Thinking name brands? We have them all. Thinking price? We beat the competitors. Free services? We have those too. For the guaranteed lowest price, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Town Fair Tire.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
The Loveladies gone. Faced one man, got a double play ball. The batter Raffy, and now it's a young right-hander named Hunter Biggie, B-I-G-G-E. Our first look at this right-hander. He's not really that big. He's making his 11th appearance. No decisions in a 186 ERA and 9 2/3 innings. Going up against Tyler O'Neill, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. And the pitch is very high, ball one. Kenley Jansen up on his feet in the bullpen. Red Sox baseball brought to you by New England Ford dealers and the freedom of choice. Celebrating choices this fall with a great deal in the Bronco family or Ford F-Series. There's a ground ball up the middle. It skims the bag, but goes to the second baseman, Lau, who throws him out. It just touched the top of the bag, but not enough to alter the direction. So a 4-3 out for O'Neill, and here's Yoshida, who struck out twice and fouled to third. Red Sox 2-1 lead here. Martin, scoreless 8th. Gave up a blue pit, got a double play and a strikeout. There's a line drive to left field, and it is caught. No, he didn't catch it. Trapped by Morrell. He made a great effort, a dive. Tried to backhand it, but it ticked off the turf first, right into his glove, and the umpire right there, the third base umpire, Manny Gonzalez, was there to see it. So, line drive hit for Yoshida. He's at first with one down for Connor Wong, who has 2 strikeouts and a little flare into right field for a base hit. Driscoll catching. He took over last inning. And we get a pinch runner. Romy Gonzalez will run for Yoshida. Romy's capable of stealing a base. He had a pinch home run last night. Tonight a pinch runner. He goes. First pitch taken low. Here's the throw, and he is safe. A head first dive to the back of the bag. Not a bad throw by Driscoll, and Romy Gonzalez steals second. So he's into scoring position just like that.
Running Red Sox, and they want to look. I thought it was very close real time. It's the 9th inning. There's no downside for them to challenge. I think he's safe. Especially with that oven mitt on his left hand. They just showed the replay, and it's very close.
Tagged him on the backside. He went diving to the back of the bag. Lau took the throw.
One more angle. So close. Bang, bang.
I don't think it's enough to overturn it.
I agree with you. I think because it was called safe on the field, yep, I think it's going to stand, if not be confirmed.
Pitch was a ball to Wong.
I do think it's silly that you can wear those mitts and that they count for you touching the base.
Yeah, especially with the bigger bases this year. I don't think bigger bases have made a lot of difference. But the bigger base in the oven mitt.
I will say we've seen fewer people roll their ankles on them.
On the bags?
Yeah. I think he's going to be left alone at second.
So we'll see what happens here. They're taking a long look. Gonzalez was 10 for 12, as we said, before that attempt. Meanwhile, hitter is due to be Wong. He's up there with a 1-0 count, then Abreu. Taking a
long look.
Yeah, long look here.
There's just not enough, I don't think. Here we go.
I'll tell you what most entertaining umpire was.
The ball on the field is overturned.
Oh,
Runner's out.
He's out.
Tampa Bay retains their count.
Romy, I think, is very surprised.
Wow, I did not see that at all. Let's hear it.
I guess he hit him on the backside. Sergeant Drebin. Leslie Nielsen. No question. He was the most entertaining umpire. Whatever happened to Enrico Palazzo?
I got to watch that again.
Swing and a miss. I've seen it countless times. Never gets old.
Never.
So it's a caught stealing, 2-4. Along with a swing and a miss, it's a 1-1 count. That's fouled out of play. One and two. Hunter Biggie, drafted by the Cubs. He's out of Harvard. Went to Los Gatos High School in California. He pitched at Harvard. He's 26 years old. And that one misses away. Hunter Bradford Biggie from Los Gatos, California. Pitched for the Cubs briefly earlier this year. The pitch. Swing a shot to center field. Back towards the center fielder. Making a backhand catch out there is DeLuca for the out. Well, that ended fast. We go to the bottom of the ninth. The Red Sox lead at 2-1 on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Network.
Nothing brings the fans to their feet as when the cleanup hitter comes to the plate. And in Eastern Mass, homeowners react the same way when they see Drains by James pull up to take care of drain or sewer problems, as well as provide money-saving pipe lining solutions. Drains by James covers all the bases when it comes to giving homeowners dependable drain, sewer, and pipe service. Learn more at drainsbyjames.com. At Drains by James, they give a poop about your pipes.
Goodwind builds authentic, long-term relationships with its clients, who are some of the world's most successful and innovative investors, entrepreneurs, and disruptors at the convergence and within the life sciences, private equity, real estate, technology, and financial services industries. Goodwind's understanding of these industries, combined with its expertise across high-stakes litigation and dispute resolution, world-class regulatory compliance and advisory services, and complex transactions, sets the firm apart. Goodwin, the law firm at the intersection of capital and innovation.
Town Fair Tire has the area's largest selection of Toyo tires, sells them all at the guaranteed lowest price, offers more free services for life than anywhere else, and Town Fair has well over 100 locations throughout New England and New York. The area's largest inventory of Toyo tires at the guaranteed lowest price, more locations, and the most free services for life. So for your next set of Toyo tires, remember, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody!
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
I'll tell you what's not boring. Good air conditioning. Hey, it's Bradfo. Join me talking baseball every Tuesday at 4:30, courtesy of McFarland Energy, the HVAC experts from Greater Boston to the Cape at McFarlandEnergy.com.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, here's Kenley Jansen. His last save came on September 7th against the White Sox. That was his last save chance. He pitched on the 11th at Fenway against Baltimore and on the 12th against the Yankees. And both in no decisions, extra inning games, both of which Red Sox won the first one, lost the second one. So he's got 26 saves, and here he is. Try to save it, facing Josh Lowe, who's double, singled, and struck out. Lowe had a game-tying home run last night. Here's the pitch. And it's in there for a strike. We're laughing between innings watching the video of Naked Gun with Leslie Nielsen doing the moonwalk and a split. And making very loud strike calls and dramatic ones. The pitch is high.
Well, he gets a taste for it. It's his first time, obviously, so he loves that the crowd reacts. And then he starts anticipating and calling strikes before they get to the catcher's glove because he just wants the crowd to go crazy.
What a great actor. The 1-1 is taken high, 2-1. So many great characters in that, including Nordberg. 2 balls and a strike to the left-hand batter. The pitch to Josh Lowe. And he swings, and it's a pop-up. This could be playable. Third base side, foul ground. Raffy is there, well in front of the dugout, and makes the catch. One out here in the ninth. Martin and when the scoreless inning allowed a hit at a strikeout, we take 10 seconds on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
It's at 26 for 30 and save chances, and here's Johnny DeLuca, who struck out and hit 2 infield hits, and he fouls it to the backstop, strike 1. So 1 out in the 9th inning. If the Red Sox keep the lead, Slayton would have the victory. Still 2 big outs to get. Raffigan close at third. With a hesitation, the pitch is a fastball pumped in for a strike. Hard cutter, and it's 0-2 to Johnny DeLuca. Next would be Austin Shenton, who does have some power. There's the pitch home. He drives a foul. First base side out of play. They have a lefty warming. Red Sox pen is quiet. It's up to Kenley.
10th inning in Cleveland. 2-2 the score. Minnesota does have the bases loaded with only 1 out.
This is the 6th Red Sox pitcher. Jansen delivers 0-2. DeLuca swings and fouls it to the screen. It's number 53 for Kenley. Outfield a step to the left. Kenley fires. And a check swing of the dirt. He did not go. That could have gone either way. First base umpire Todd Titchener said no swing.
Frank Drebin would have rung him up.
Oh, yeah. And danced halfway to first. It's a 1-2 count. Here it is. Swing and a foul tip into the mid, strike 3. Down he goes. So the Rays down to their last out. And it'd be Austin Shenton coming up. Left-hand batter is struck out, grounded into a 5-4-3 double play and single. Key spot came after he singled. They had first and third with nobody out, but Wall struck out. Diaz pinch hitting struck out. And Morel grounded out. The pitch to Shenton is low and inside, ball 1. If he reaches, the light hitting Walls would be next, although Walls has driven in their only run, the bloop single, in the 2nd inning. 12,153 the attendance. Well, that was announced anyway. 1-0 pitch coming. It's outside.
Carlos Correa, a huge 2-run hit for the Twins in the top of the 10th. They lead in Cleveland 4-2.
Trying to stay in front of the high-flying Tigers. 2-0 to this left-hand batter. Jansen delivers way outside, ball 3. See if they have any left-hand hitters to bat for Walls. Oh, but they do have Siri, who has 18 homers, though he strikes out a lot. 3-0 pitch. And he takes outside a 4-pitch walk. And Walls will come up. Walls has 1 homer. Has 2 hits tonight. Luke hit the left.
He might be hurt, Joe.
The left center. Uh-oh. That's all the Red Sox need as Alex Cora, the training staff, comes out. Lee Jansen.
See, all year long he's been dealing with back stuff. David Herrera's out with him.
The lat issue as well.
And Alex signaling to the umpires. And they're leaving him in.
I think he wants to continue. That pitch runner at first. We'll see who it is.
So he looked pretty animated, I thought Alex did. Almost like, all right, prove it to me.
Well, they got the league's leading base stealer, Caballero, at first base, and the guy's very slow to the plate on the mound. They got to take a pitch and run on the first pitch.
Yep.
Think we'll see a pitch count? Something that's become extinct?
I'd love it.
Caballero, 41 steals. He's been caught 14 times, so he leads American League in both categories. 2 steals ahead of Jose Ramirez of Cleveland. Entering tonight's play. Caballero did not start. He's running for Shelton. See if Jansen throws over there. Decent lead, not a great one. High set. He goes. The pitch taken low. And the throw not nearly in time. Goes through into center field. But he gets entangled on the bag there. Backed up by Duran. So he did not attempt to go to third. Caballero stealing his 42nd base. So the tying run is in scoring position. Tying run at second base. And a 1-0 count to Taylor Walls. Switch hitter up there from the left side. Jansen comes to the high set. Here's the pitch coming home. That's low. He's missed with 6 in a row. Driscoll, the left-hand batting catcher, is on deck. And Jansen asked for a new baseball. Red Sox 2, Rays 1, 2 out, 9th inning, tying run at second. And a 2-0 count. Pitch coming to Taylor Walls. Here it is. Strike call. Knee-high cutter down and away. Annoying cowbells. Louder than the fans, of course. 2 balls and a strike to Walls. Jansen is ready. His 18th pitch. Outside, ball 3. He didn't look very comfortable in his follow-through there.
No, something's up with him.
Nobody's warming.
I'm a little surprised by that. Of course, if they take him out for injury, then get all the time you want. But
3-1 to Walls. Jansen sets. Here it is. Low ball 4. Now the winning run is on.
Andrew Bailey is on the phone now.
And going to get some action. I believe it's Guerrero. It is.
Yep, I like that.
Boston product. So Logan Driscoll coming up. He had a foul home run last night, but otherwise was quiet. He's been in 8 games prior to this. 1 homer. 5 for 24. Left-hand hitter. O'Neill's very shallow and left. 2 on, 2 out. Here's the pitch. Strike call. Pumped the fastball in there. $20 pitches already for Jansen. Sorry pitch toward the middle. Sogard, the second baseman, his heels on the turf. There's the 0-1. Outside. 2-1. Well, ever since he seemed to be uncomfortable, he's had trouble throwing strikes. Here's the pitch. The runners go. And it's taken outside. A double steal. Now a single can win the game for the Rays. Caballero stealing third, his 43rd. And Wall steals second. And it's a 2-1 count. Jansen kicks. He fires. Outside. 3-1. Morel on deck. First at bat tonight for Logan Driscoll.
Well, the Red Sox had not issued a walk all night long, the worst possible time for 2 straight.
3-1 the count. Jansen delivers. And a strike over the outer half. He's taken 5 pitches here. 2 out, 9th inning. Now Sogard's got both feet on the carpet and a slow-footed catcher at the plate.
He better get in. Not allowed to do that.
Now he's back on the dirt. 3-2. Runners at second and third. 2-1. Red Sox in the ninth. Jansen ready. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got it. He chased what might have been ball 4 away. And the drama ends with the Red Sox on top. The final, Boston 2 and Tampa Bay 1. The Rays lead the tying run at third and the winning run at second in the ninth inning. So the Red Sox now are 2-4 on this trip, and they get back to 500 at 76-76 and stay 2 games in front of the Tampa Bay Rays, back to 2 games in the AL East. 2-1 Boston. Totals next on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
For your apple pie, apple crumble, apple snacks, and the apple of your eye, apples are now on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Hey, it's Joe. Today through Thursday, get a tote bag of apples, Macintosh Gala, Ginger Gold for just 99 cents a pound. Yes, the first of the season is fresh picked and ready. Tote bag apples, just 99 cents a pound. Short on time, order free curbside pickup or get delivery. Shaw's and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network.
Business. It's not a 9-to-5 proposition. It's all day and into the night. It's all the things that keep this world turning. And behind every one of these businesses is a partner like Comcast Business helping to keep it all moving. It's why the local flower shop and your favorite pizza joint, the startup and the stadium, hospitals and hotels, banks and restaurants nationwide. All these businesses choose the advanced network, cybersecurity solutions, and round-the-clock trusted partnership from Comcast Business. From Main Street to Wall Street, our people are powering the businesses that power it all. So when you're ready to unlock what's possible for your business, there's no one better to answer the call. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Call or visit ComcastBusiness.com to learn more.
This is Jeffrey Glassman. For 4 generations, my family has called New England home. When you're hurt in a car crash, we fight big insurance companies to make sure you get the money you deserve. Hurt? You gotta get Glassman. Call 617-777-7777.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI. This is the Nissan postgame show. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Well, the Red Sox win it here 2-1, hanging on with the tying run at third, the winning run at second. And with us is a guy with a booming double early in the game, and then really helped save it with a couple of outstanding defensive plays. Tristan Casas. Tristan showed a very good backhand there, and especially starting that 3-6-3 double play, and also a good scoop. That was 2 for 1 there.
Yeah, hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me on. But, yeah, the turf, it plays fast, but it plays true. So I just hoped that it was going to find the right part of my glove, and that, you know, I just get it over to Trev, and he'd feed it right back to me. But, yeah, the double, my first at-bat felt great. You know, looking for something down. I mean, Ryan, his fastball was so good today that the only way to, you know, really hit him was to get a pitch down in the zone, and he left the cutter right in a spot that he probably didn't want to, and I was able to capitalize. But after that, he settled in and, you know, made it tough for us as a lineup. You know, Trev came through for us big time today. A couple big stolen bases, home run. It was all over the place today. So, yeah, it was a great overall game.
What is it about this place? I mean, I know it's your home state and all that, but I had a hunch yesterday that you were going to hit a home run. You did it, and then 2 great swings again today. I mean, is it just a combination? You're feeling a little bit more timed up, but what about this ballpark brings out so many good things for you?
I don't know. I don't know if it's the lighting. I don't know if it's the trueness of it, you know, no shadows, no conditions. I don't know what it is. I see the ball really well here. Pete, he does such a great job of game planning with us, and we see these guys so many times, and he does so much research that he really puts me in a good headspace just going up to the plate, knowing what to look for, and if you know, it's just up to me to go execute it. But, you know, they're feeding me the game plan and the playbook, and, you know, I'm just, you know, going out there and executing it. But I'm glad you had a hunch yesterday, because I sure didn't. I was starting to doubt if I'd ever do it again. But, yeah, it felt great yesterday. You know, a couple good swings today again. So, yeah, hopefully this is the start of something good. But I think it started in New York. I think it started for a little while now. I've been hitting the ball hard, just not in the right directions and not in the right launch angles. But, you know, I'm finally starting to get a combination of the both, and it's a beautiful thing when it does happen. But, yeah.
And your dad was here from Miami to watch it, huh?
Yeah, Dad, Grandma, Aunt, Mom, a couple of different cousins, family members. So, I think it was just a hug that I needed. I don't know what it was, but, having them around always makes me feel good. I'm going to go talk to him, now after the game next to the dugout. So it's always good having them home or here. It's always nice coming here to Florida, being close to home and having them here to watch me. It feels great. But they do put a little pressure on me to do well because I don't want them to drive all this way for me to come up here and lay an egg. But it's glad to do well.
You usually do deliver here. Tristan, I was wondering to Pete about this before the game, just about you and Trevor especially. Two guys who are high-level hitters who your whole life this thing has come kind of easy, and you lose so much time. You rejoin in midstream. How hard is it for you to kind of sync up, your mind, knowing that it's in there, but that, it's just you lost so much time and so much timing? How much of a struggle has that been for you this year?
Yeah, I try not to think about it. I try to just go with the flow, just join the vibe of the team and help us win ball games. But, I got to remind myself that I did miss, an off season's worth of time. It was 4 months, and, that's a lot of time without seeing pitches and getting that contact. And, even when I came back, even now, there's still a little bit of, discomfort with that swing, but it's okay. It's coming down to the wire, but he's a little banged up, and so is Trev. Going in the shower with him, weird enough, seeing him naked, but seeing that scar on his shoulder, it fires me up. Everybody's kind of banged up right now, and him coming out and finishing us the season with us on a high note, it's really special to see. But everybody in here is grinding through something, and that was what the motivation for me was, to get back out here. That everybody's a little banged up, and we all got to keep fighting through this together. But we're the ones holding each other accountable, pushing each other every day, and just making sure that we know that we're confident in each other and holding each other to the highest standard possible. But yeah, it's been a full, complete effort organizationally, all the way up and down, to get me on this field. So I'm really thankful for everybody that's had a part in this, and looking to finish strong. However this plays out, we're going to keep playing hard and hopefully win the rest of this games.
Well, Tristan, thanks so much. It's been a lot of fun to have you back here, and go enjoy your visit with your family.
Yes, sir, I will. Thank you, guys.
We all need a hug. Thanks, man.
Right? Yeah, that's all I needed.
All right, well, as always, Joe, entertaining, engaging. I thought insightful there. And it's crazy, man. Every single time we come here, he does something big. And, if it were not for a ridiculous play by Morel, then really the Red Sox don't need the heroics from Story.
He was robbed of at least a two-run double there.
By the way, not really as much for the Red Sox yet. I mean, they got to win 4, 5, 6 more in a row for this to mean much. But crazily enough, the Twins took a 4-2 lead in the 10th inning on a Carlos Correa hit. Now, Cleveland has tied the game at 4. There are still no outs, and they got first and third. So the Twins are, man, are they fading and leaking oil, and that would be an epically bad loss for them tonight in Cleveland. So we'll keep track of that. Tarek Skubal is dealing for the Detroit Tigers. So if those scores hold and if Cleveland can win, man, wouldn't it be half a game for the third and final wild card in the American League?
Watch out for those Tigers. They seem to be a team of destiny right now. Let's see who's played the highest number of games. The Tigers would still be one down in the loss column, but still a week, more than a week to go. 10 games for most of the clubs.
Impressive. Lastly, the pitching tonight, the strikeouts for the offense, Joe, were so frustrating early, and that's got to change. They got to get better, making more contact. They did late when it really mattered. Duran put the ball in play like he has so many times to put him ahead after Story did that. And we'll close with Trevor, Joe, because this season they're now back at 500. The Red Sox truly need a miracle to turn this thing around and make it relevant down the stretch. But you're looking for other things in these remaining games. And I think what Trevor and what Casas is doing also, but if Story can become that dynamic player again on both sides, power, speed, and defense, what a lift that would give next year's team.
Well, I would think had Story been here all year, the Red Sox would be in a postseason situation because the defense would be better, the base running would be better, the power would be better, and starting first and foremost with the defense, because that's really been a difficult situation.
He's steadied everything. Will, you're a Braves, taking a cool picture with a bunch of kids. Nick Sogard down there. There's Tristan talking to his dad. Looking for yet another hug as the Red Sox get a really nice feel-good win here. Kenley escaped in the ninth inning, and they beat
the Tampa Bay Rays. 2-1 chance at a series win tomorrow. Back to 500 for the Red Sox. Cooper Boardman has got the Nissan postgame show in a moment. Thanks to Ed Pendino here in the booth and to Joe Braverman back at the flagship WEEI. Red Sox 2, Tampa Bay Rays 1. Thanks for listening to the ballgame. Nissan postgame show with Cooper is next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
The Nissan Rogue with available Google built-in helps you make the most of your drive. Take care of the small stuff, like,
hey Google, cool down my car.
And
hey Google, turn on the dog feeder.
Or change up your adventure.
Hey Google, navigate me to the nearest music venue.
Handle your drive like a pro.
Experience the ultimate connection in the new 2024 Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $299 per month lease for 36 months on Rogue. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. Not equipped on all vehicles. Requires compatible device. Sequences shortened and simulated. Activation of Nissan Connect services package required. Only use features when safe and legal to do so. Data rates may apply. Subject to third-party service availability. Google, Google Play, and Google Maps are trademarks of Google LLC. Well-qualified lessees. 2024 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $4,739 initial payment excludes tax, title, license, and $695 acquisition fee. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 9/30/24.
I got my together. I got my together.
I got my together.
Just say it. You can get your shots together too. Your COVID-19 shot and your flu shot at the same visit as recommended by the CDC.
I got my shots together.
Ask your healthcare provider about getting this season's COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both.
Are you getting your together?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturo Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
And back to a Red Sox win. It happened. 2-1 in Tampa. We take you from Tropicana Field back to our Red Sox studios, WEEI. Cooper Boardman here with you. This is the Nissan postgame show. You deserve a car that thrills you. And Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself and shop your local Nissan store, nissanusa.com today. 2-1 win. Late runs, back and forth, ton of strikeouts in this game. A very well-pitched game on both sides. Ryan Pepiot was excellent for Tampa. Tanner Houck was very good for 4 innings, limited to that on 60 pitches because of that shoulder soreness. Sox bullpen does its job, and Kenley Jansen slams the door, well, closes it gingerly, but does close the door for a Red Sox win. They are 76 and 76, and, it is, again, until they are mathematically eliminated, it's not yet over. And the Twins, we'll give you the update on that as we go along here. The Twins have a chance to lose right now in the bottom of the 10th inning in Cleveland. And so as much as there is not life, there is just a little bit of life for the Red Sox. You know, you look at the story of this night, and they score in the top of the second inning on a Taylor Walls RBI single. That is the only blemish on Tanner Houck's record tonight. He goes 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. He was really good in a very short amount of time. There was some question as to how he was going to look, I think, after, 14 days between starts. But he goes out there and threw a ton of strikes, 70% strikes. He hit 96 on his fastball and was Tanner Houck the way that you dream of Tanner Houck being. And I'm not really sure there's much more to say beyond that, again, over 4 innings. Red Sox get immaculate inninged in the 5th inning by Ryan Pepiot, which is probably the latest, hit on what has been just an offense that has obviously really, really, really struggled over the last few weeks. The Red Sox struck out 12 times against Pepiot, 14 times in the game. It is the 15th time this year they've struck out at least 14 times. And Pepiot goes immaculate in the top of the 5th inning. the 116th immaculate inning in the history of baseball, 5th against the Red Sox, and the 2nd in baseball this season. Michael Kopech did it with the White Sox against the Twins back in July. And you're sitting there and you're kind of saying, are they ever going to score? Is it ever going to happen? Well, Trevor Story comes through in the top half of the 6th inning where, you're in a situation where, you need big swings. He clocks the solo home run to tie the ball game up at 1, by the way, for every 4-bagger the Red Sox hit this season. Red Sox Radio Network will donate $40 to Cars for Kids. We're making our donation, and you should too. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go to carsforkids.com to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K. Second home run for Story. Tie game in the top of the 6th inning. Stayed that way until the top of the 8th when Trevor delivered an infield single, stole second base, and after a flyout, stole third. And that brought Jarren Duran to the plate with the winning run on third base, and Jarren did this.
Here's the 0-2 pitch again, and he grounds it hard by the diving first baseman into right field. Story scores. The Red Sox lead 2-1. Hard hit ball off the bat of Jarren Duran as he breaks an 0 for 9, driving in his 73rd run. The infield's back. That might have been an out.
Yep, and that's a run created entirely by Trevor Story.
That it was. Story steals 2 bases, gets to third. Duran brings him home. Red Sox take a 2-1 lead. And, from that point on, you go to the 9th inning. Kenley loads the bases. A moment where you thought maybe he was going to come out of the ball game, but they did leave him in there. And after what appeared to be some kind, a continuation of these constant back flare-ups that he has had, he gets a strikeout, finishes off the game against Logan Driscoll, and gives the Red Sox the victory. Again, 2-1 the final score. 14 hits in this game, but just 3 total runs between the two teams. Red Sox pitched very well in this ball game. Tanner Houck goes 4 innings of 1-run ball. Scoreless innings from Zach Penrod, Cooper Criswell, Justin Slayton, Chris Martin, and Kenley Jansen. Those last 2 guys had really the most, the 2 innings that really took quite a bit to get through, but they do. The Red Sox get, again, scoreless 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, something that has not happened a whole lot. They strike out in total 11 combined. The Arbella Insurance Foundation is dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. 11 strikeouts, another $550 to the Jimmy Fund. To help strike out cancer, Arbella is here for the Jimmy Fund and here for good. Tell you where we are in terms of the postseason, because every time you win, you get to say that you're still alive. Let you know what's going on as games change with the Twins and the Guardians, what's happening with the Tigers and the Royals. Give you those answers as we continue on the Nissan Postgame Show. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself and shop your local Nissan store, NissanUSA.com today. Back in a second on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
When people have a craving to explore new and traditional Asian cuisines, they head to P.F. Chang's, where scratch-made dishes come from the 2,000-year-old tradition of wok cooking. P.F. Chang's wanted to explore new possibilities for their website. They turned to AmericanEagle.com. AmericanEagle.com re-architected P.F. Chang's website, integrating multiple third-party systems to create a unified digital experience. The results? Improved page speed and performance, personalized content based on users' location, intuitive online ordering, an increase in organic search visibility, and a 40% increase in new users. For scratch-made Asian cuisine, visit your local P.F. Chang's or go to pfchangs.com for website design, development, digital marketing, and hosting that produce efficiency, revenue, and results. Visit AmericanEagle.com. P.F. Chang's and AmericanEagle.com. Another example of the best businesses in the world, turning to the best in the business for websites. Go to AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW1. That's 877-WEB-NOW1.
Total Wireless is made to totally keep up with you. We now have unlimited data that never slows you down, covered by the Verizon 5G network, and all for less than $30 a month when you get 4 lines. And the best part, we give you a free Samsung Galaxy A54 5G when you switch to the Total 5G Plus Unlimited plan. Visit your local Total Wireless store today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see TotalWireless.com.
Lowe's knows to start fall projects, you need reliable outdoor power equipment from Ego. Right now, get your choice of a select 56-volt blower or chainsaw for $249. The 56-volt technology powers over 80 tools, so you can switch from blowing leaves to cutting trees with ease. Save time and money with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Valid through 10/2. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. Item number 5207558 and item number 4354078.
DQ presents the sound of BOGO-free Blizzard treats in the DQ app. It's the sound of downloading the DQ app, redeeming the sweetest BOGO-free Blizzard deal, telling all your friends, and heading to DQ. For BOGO-free any-size Blizzard treats only in the DQ app for a limited time. Download it today. At participating locations, limitations apply. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Hey, it's Greg Hill to tell you about advanced regenerative medicine. If you're tired of the arthritic pain in your knees, hips, back, or shoulder, everybody is talking about regenerative medicine. You can enhance your joints, improve mobility, and get back to doing the stuff you love without pain, without drugs or surgery or downtime. That means you won't be constantly focused on how painful your joints are and what you can't do. Just the opposite. You'll be back to playing golf or playing pickleball or playing over 40 hockey all winter long. The local medical professionals at QC Kinetics here in New England are experts when it comes to these next-gen treatments. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader when it comes to this exciting breakthrough using cellular therapies. They've got tens of thousands of satisfied patients, and the consultation is totally free. Call now to get lasting joint pain relief with help from QC Kinetics. Get a free consultation when you call 617-644-PAIN. 617-644-PAIN. That's 617-644-PAIN.
Red Sox Review after the game on 93.7 WEEI.
Nissan post-game show live from our WEEI Red Sox studios. Red Sox win against Tampa Bay Rays 2-1. And after the loss last night, a late rally and a late run in that eighth inning gives the Red Sox a 2-1 win over the Tampa Bay Rays to get to 76 and 76, Rays to 74 and 78. Nissan post-game show, you deserve a car that thrills you. And Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself and shop your local Nissan store, NissanUSA.com today. Cooper Boardman with you. You know, you look at this game for the Red Sox, you look at the first 5 innings of this game, and remember, Ryan Pepio, the Tampa starter's fastball was unreal tonight, as Tristan Casas was just talking about with the guys at the Trop. You know, he goes 5 scoreless. The 5th inning, he threw an immaculate inning. He threw an immaculate inning against the Red Sox. You're sitting here like, this is never going to happen. There's no way they're going to score. Kind of felt that way, right? And you were looking up and down this lineup and wondering if someone, anyone, could give you something offensively. And, well, 1 inning later, to begin the top of the 6th inning, that's exactly what Trevor Story did.
Pepio winds, he throws, and Trevor drills one high and deep into left field. It is back, and it is gone. Trevor Story ties the game with a missile into the seats in left. He's turning a corner, and we're tied at 1.
Very loud contact. 394 feet. Out of here in a hurry.
Joe Castiglione there, Will Fleming on the call, and Trevor Story on the home run. Second home run in his 18th game back from injury. And again, this is a guy who's like a 450 slug over his first 6 years of his career. You feel like he can be there, and, well, he comes through in a big way. 105.2 miles per hour off the bat. It is the hard hit of the game, brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. Become a tailgate champion with 5 Hour Energy shots today. Trevor did that. He also had the infield single, ultimately stole second and third, and came home to score on a Jarren Duran single. You could see it was a night where he needed to win the game for this team, and the veteran does exactly that for tonight. He is tonight's Mike's Amazing Player of the Game, brought to you by Mike's Amazing, the official mayo and mustard of the Boston Red Sox. Sox with the win, again, get to 76 and 76 as we look at the Subaru of New England scoreboard. And so, for the exact moment, they are 4.5 games behind Minnesota. And you know what? As we speak, Minnesota has just gone final against the Guardians. They lost. The Guardians came back and won that game 5-4 in extra innings in 10. And so, Minnesota, who, by the way, just cannot, in any sense of the word, buy themselves a hit, or buy themselves a win, that is. They lose again. Brian Rocchio with a walk-off to give Cleveland the victory there. So the Twins down to 80 and 72. The Guardians win. Their magic number is down to 1. Tigers up 4-1 on the Royals in the bottom of the 7th inning. Tarek Skubal with another gem there. And so all of that adds up to the Red Sox walking into the day tomorrow 4 games out of the third and final playoff spot in the American League wildcard race, again, for whatever that is worth to you. Once again, the Subaru of New England scoreboard, the all-wheel drive away, is going on now. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Red Sox win, again, 2-1. The double by Tristan Casas late in this ball game. That was a Red Sox double. For every double the Red Sox did, we'll donate $50 to the American Diabetes Association, brought to you in part by the Massachusetts Health Connector. If you need health insurance, go to mahealthconnector.org and find the right plan for you and your family. We have Red Sox review coming up for you in just a second. 617-779-7937. 617-779-7937. We are back with you on the network tomorrow at 5:50 once again. 6:50 first pitch, 5:50 on the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Zach Littell for Tampa, former Red Sox of about half a second, against who I presume will be Richard Fitz. We have not yet gotten the official answer on all of that, but that is where we sit as of right now. Again, Red Sox review coming your way in just a second. That's it for us tonight on the Nissan postgame show. You deserve a car that thrills you. Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself and shop your local Nissan store, NissanUSA.com today. That's it for us tonight here on the network. For Joe Castiglione and Will Fleming in Tampa, for Joe Braverman here, I'm Cooper Boardman. Again, Red Sox review, your calls. Alex Cora comes your way next, but that's it for us tonight on the network right here on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
You have been listening to the Nissan postgame show. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop NissanUSA.com. You have been listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaw's and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
Holy cow!
110 Grill, gluten-free dining done right. Arbella, here for baseball fans, here for good. Brought to you by AZEK Exteriors. Visit www.azekexteriors.com. Mike's Amazing, the official mayo and mustard of the Boston Red Sox.
And it's gone!
Citgo. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. Sponsored by DigSafe. Call 811 before you dig or visit digsafe.com. Drains by James, Eastern Massachusetts leader in drain cleaning and pipelining.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars. We help people buy them. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Hire Morgan & Morgan. America's largest injury law firm. Cars for kids. Old car giving you problems? Why not donate it? Call 1-877-CARS-4KIDS today. Northern Bank. New England Ford. Ford Trucks. Official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Looking up! Grand slam!
Sponsored by Sherwin-Williams. The Sherwin-Williams Pro Plus program helps you manage and grow your paint business. Sponsored by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop NissanUSA.com. Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Swinging a drive to left field. There are a couple runs. Way gone.
Subaru of New England. Love spring in the all-wheel drive 2024 Subaru Forester. Verizon. The network Boston relies on.
Long gone into the monster seats.
This has been a presentation of Odyssey Sports. For even more coverage of your team, download the free Odyssey app and listen to your favorite stations, shows, and podcasts.
This is Red Sox Review, and it starts right now. Here's your host, Cooper Boardman, on WEEI.
How about it? That's a win, folks. That's a 2-1 win against the Tampa Bay Rays tonight. Tropicana Field. Wow. There's just a little bit of surprise in my voice, right? I mean, shoot. Again, you look at it tonight from the Red Sox perspective. This is a 2-1 game. This is a tight game throughout the night. You're down early. They come back. They tie the game. You come back, you tie the game, you get one in the 8th inning, and you win the game 2-1 against the Tampa Bay Rays. It's a win that had to happen, honestly. All right, let's get you to the manager, Alex Cora, to start the night. Then we'll get to your calls. Red Sox Review live with you, Cooper Boardman, Jacob Lassner, 617-779-7937, 617-779-7937, text line at 37937. But here's Alex Cora. His team wins 2-1 over the Rays tonight.
Kenley obviously is battling through something there, but what did it mean for the bullpen to give you what they gave you, 5 innings?
Oh, it was huge. We knew coming in that Tanner was going to be around 60 pitches. That's what we got. We got the double play, and then Coop did a good job. And then from there, it was the 3 big guys, right? So, Penrod did an outstanding job too. So, much needed win. We got a chance to win the series tomorrow, so we'll be ready.
What was going on with Kenley?
He's been dealing with some shoulder stuff, and it felt like he was kind of like favoring it or whatever you want to call it. I checked with him. He's like, I'm good to go. So we'll know more tonight or tomorrow, and we'll see where we're at.
Could you have imagined a circumstance in which he would have let you take him out of the game, 1 out from a save?
No.
Story, obviously,
but we talk about the athlete. We turned a nice little play, 5-6-3. Casas did a good job at first 2 and 3-6-3. The homer, the stolen bases. That's the player we envision. We just got to keep it on the field.
I mean, you've talked at different times about missing him. Like, how rare is it to have that kind of dynamism?
There's not too many like that, and if you start looking at the defensive numbers, they're getting up there, right? And that's what we envision. Obviously, it didn't happen, but the total package and swing-wise, a lot different than last year, right? At this time last year, he was swinging and missing a lot. Now he's hitting the ball the other way, obviously driving the ball the last few days. So he's in a good spot. And like I said, when we got him, whatever we get offensively, we'll take it. But I'll take the athlete any day of the week.
Knowing that Tanner was going to be limited, how you said, what do you think about the sharpness and what he was able to give you?
Good stuff. Yeah, good stuff. Backdoor breaking ball that stayed in the middle of the plate, but he used to split down in the zone below. The sinker had some velo and movement, so he was good.
Is he kind of sure he can keep going this season?
As of now, yes. So we'll see how he feels tomorrow, and we'll keep running.
Speaking of tomorrow, have you figured out?
Bayo tomorrow.
And Fitz Friday?
Most likely.
All right, there you go. The manager, Alex Cora, again, after the victory tonight, 2-1 against Tampa Bay Rays. It's funny. We've done this over and over and over again. We have heard Alex Cora so much on this show, again and again and again, and you just hear, the last few nights, like, you want to reach through his audio and give him a hug, just based on what's been going on with this team. So that was nice to hear a happy Alex Cora. The Red Sox did a lot tonight, of what they have not done. And I think that there is value in looking at what Zach Penrod did tonight, who is a wonderful story in terms of working his way back, to being the kind of guy that, can be from independent baseball to a guy that can be, a genuine contributor to a major league bullpen. That's the, one. Cooper Criswell, who has been a legitimate swingman, who they spent $1 million on in the offseason, that has been well worth it. We know what Justin Slayton has been from a Rule 5 perspective. And, some of the biggest adventures of the night came late, including Kenley, who ends up with his 27 save by straining the bases loaded with a strikeout of Logan Driscoll. And, again, this has not been the kind of year to be trumpeting what this bullpen is. This bullpen has been really not good for a very long time, really since when you date back to the All-Star break. And from that point on, they've been the third worst, second worst, first worst baseball, bullpen in baseball by pretty much any stretch of the imagination, by any metric you want to use, whether you go ERA or whatever it is. But, we talked about this the other night. What do the best bullpens in baseball do? What do the Mariners do? What have the Dodgers done? What have all of these teams done? The answer is they have created homegrown guys. And Zach Penrod tonight's a great example of that. Justin Slayton is ultimately a good example of that. And you mix it in with the higher paid guys, the Blake Trinans of the world, and so on and so forth. And tonight, that's a good cocktail. Tonight, the bullpen was good. It has not been true for a lot of the year. It is true once again tonight. All right, Red Sox review. Let's open it up now. 617-779-7937, 37937 on the text line. Cooper Boardman here with you. And let's go to Chris. Chris in Newburyport, you are on the air. Welcome to Red Sox Review.
Hello there. How are you?
I'm not bad. How you doing, Chris?
Excellent. We'll take the win. We need 8 more minimum. Probably that still doesn't get it done. I've been the biggest cheerleader all year. I love the youth. I love the movement for next year. I was hot on their offense. March and April, I tried to convince every single person I know to put something, even a tiny little tickle on the Sox to win the World Series. I was a laughing stock. I got them at 18,500 to win the World Series for 500. So I loved them. The pitching has been the biggest disappointment, but I got to tell you, we understand that. I'm going to say one thing. It won't be popular, and then I'll let you go. Devers needs to sit. I'm so done with him. I have never seen anybody take so many pathetic, half-hearted swings outside of the strike zone. We know he's hurt. You're not going to get a medal at the end of the year for being a martyr. Sit him. If he can't swing a bat, sit him. We got 4 guys in the minors that are better than him right now. And I really, really believe over the last month he's hurt us. I'm not going to drill down into all the stats, but I've watched more games this year than I ever have in my life, and I just cannot believe the quality of his at-bats with guys in scoring position night after night after night. Strikeouts, out of the zone, weak ground balls. If he can't play, he can't play. I'm so done with him.
Yeah.
And welcome, Patrick. What's his name? Who's coming from the Orioles? We need that kid. What's his name? Corbin Burns. That's the latest rumor. I'll take Corbin Burns. I'll take anybody. The Red Sox need to spend money. They have more money than anybody in baseball to spend in this coming off season. If they don't spend money, I'll never watch them again.
Sure.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, no, thank you, Chris. Felt like we let him run there. Sounded like it felt good. Yeah, I mean, Corbin Burns would be great. The Raffy conundrum is exactly that. This is a great player, and and there are a lot of arguments that come to a head when we talk about Raffy right now, right? And people call in, and I've had this conversation again and again and again. And I can sit here and say Raffy's a great player, and I promise you the next call is going to be Raffy stinks. Whatever. 617-779-7937, by the way. That and whatever. Like, you want to sit there and make that your point and the hill you want to die on. I'm not going to go there with you. That's not even the point that Chris is making, just to be clear. What Chris is saying there is what a lot of people have said, which is if Raffy is unwell, if Raffy is legitimately hurt, what are we doing here, right? And I will offer the Red Sox argument, which is, this is somebody that whatever he is fighting through, And I'm going to choose to believe, and just based on people that we've talked to, and based on the conversations we've had with people around the team, that he is absolutely fighting not only through something, in the shoulder, but fighting through something very significant, injury-wise here as he goes down the stretch of this season. If that is really true, what is he doing in there every single day? And the Red Sox would say that they think that they can help him, that he can help them. And it's not really that much more complicated than that. They would say that, what he did in New York, not only the Garrett Cole ball four heard round the world, but the 3 hits and the 3 singles there. The 3-hit night against Baltimore at home, the hit the night after. But, yeah, Rafi doesn't have an extra base hit since September 7th. The idea that he is, worse than everybody, than anybody that they could bring up, I reject that. But I'm starting to get there too, right? Like, especially at this juncture of the season, like, what are we doing? Why is he out there every single night? Why not a night off? At a minimum, but 0 for 4 with 3 Ks tonight, and there have been a lot more of those than the positives that I've mentioned. And you are absolutely starting to get to that point, especially I also think there's value in seeing what like Enmanuel Valdez can give you on a day-to-day basis down the stretch of this season, because he's going to be in a legitimate second base competition probably going into next year. That's going to be open among those 4 guys with Campbell, and Grissom and Valdez and Sogard and whoever else I'm not mentioning, right? Rafael is probably in that conversation as well. So I don't disagree, but they clearly think that he can help them in some way. I mean, it's just not manifesting in front of us. All right, 617-779-7937, 617-779-7937, text line at 37937. Let's go to New Hampshire again. AJ, welcome back to Red Sox Review.
How's it going?
I'm all right. What you got?
Not too much. I'm so glad that you didn't try to overblow this win and get too ecstatic about it, because we are where we are right now. So I'm not big into revisionist history, but how would you think this turned out if, I feel like without Alex Cora and the Puerto Rican connection, I'm wondering how that Correa would have fit into the Sox as opposed to Trevor Story the year that they were all on the market, all the shortstops. And I was actually pulling for them to sign him. Also, I want to know what you thought about that. And again, I was want to know what you think about maybe, is the window closed to bring up anybody from AAA on the expanded roster, or is it set now that you can't bring anyone up?
Yeah,
the roster's set.
No, it's and these are good questions. So on the Correa thing, right? So you're talking about Carlos Correa, who would I rather have had Correa over the last few years than Trevor Story? Yes, of course, because Trevor Story's given you absolutely nothing, and Carlos Correa.
I just think that they're bobos on the broadcast for trying to excuse and like, oh, this is what we've been missing, or you can't really fault them for being injured for 3 years. I could definitely, as a fan, like, not be happy with the production. And, I'm not going to imagine what he could have given us for 3 years. It's been on a Chris Sale on just a position player level.
Yeah. I mean, they're big. And you're right. The reality is you want to go to the financial side, and I know that opens up a whole can of worms. Correa was getting $35 million a year on a shorter deal, but he was getting 35, whereas you had Story where you looked at it and it was 20-something.
I would have gladly gave him 3 years at the same amount of money that he got.
Yeah.
I know he had a couple of deals that got washed out because of his injury.
Yeah, it's not like he has been perfectly healthy, but I'll tell you what, the fewest games he's going to play in is this year, and he's played in 78 games, which is more than Trevor Story's going to play.
Do you think I still think that their management is touting the minor league system way too much. I think that they're going to be resistant to giving these guys trading them for anybody impactful and kind of reshuffling things where it's not so left-handed heavy, not so position player heavy, and not so left-handed heavy. I don't think that they have an in them to trade these guys while they're at peak value, which is why I missed Dombrowski. Do you think that there's a chance that Duran is the odd man out?
Yes. Yes, I do. And I'm not advocating for it, but yes, I really do, AJ. Like, because, and I think it's him or Abreu, right? And we can go into many reasons why, but I think if you want to go and trade for, one of these Mariners, young starters, if you want to go get a Gilbert.
I'd love to get Wu.
Or a Wu, right? Exactly. You want to get him, it's not costing you Willie Abreu, it's costing you Jarren Duran.
I would be fine with that.
Yeah. There are a lot of people who wouldn't be, though.
On the major league. You got to pay to get something, and I'm not sure that these front office has the stomach to do that. So I'm waiting with bated breath for the offseason and see how it shakes out.
The one thing I will say, the one thing I will say about Craig Breslow, and this is a tough thing to bring up with the Grissom trade because of the way that it's turned out, but at that point we looked at it and it was like they have such a second base need. That Sale trade took some cojones, and it has not worked out. But me too. At the time.
Do you think if they flip him again, being so stocked up in the middle infield as it is though, because they got some guys in AAA and they got versatile pieces. Do you think it's less of a loss if they wind up flipping him again for somebody?
Flipping Grissom, you're asking?
He's not going to. Yeah.
I don't see it because he has no value right now. There's no value to him right now. His ceiling far exceeds what his value is on the trade market right now.
Yeah, I would have much rather them try to go from the AAA pitching prospects when they made that deal.
Yeah.
There's a plethora of them in the Brave system, but it is what it is right now.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely true. And AJ, thank you very much for the call. Appreciate your thoughts as always. Just walking back to one of the things that you said earlier there about where the Red Sox are. They had to trade they're probably not going to bring up those young guys right now. They're just probably not going to do it. It would be such a 40-man roster change at a juncture where it's very hard to do that. If they were in a situation where they were in a postseason push and they felt like one of those guys could really help, or if there was a lot more time in the season where they were out of contention, as it was a couple of years ago or even last year. But I don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't see it. All right, let's hit a quick break here. We'll come back to you, 617-779-7937. Back in a second. It's Red Sox Review Live on WEEI.
Jones and Keefe.
603 text. Granite State, you guys broadcast in the soft fourth dimension. Okay. Within the confines of a fine sarcastic line. It's hard to explain and it's entertaining, but I think it may be making me insane.
Oh, okay. There's a lot in there.
I heard entertaining. That's all that matters.
Exactly.
Did you miss something? Listen to the podcast on the Odyssey app or at WEEI.com. Jones and Keefe, middays 10 to 2 on New England Sports Original. WEEI.
There's 29 seconds left in the half, and Jeff needs to make a game-time decision, folks. Will he get hangry in the second half? Boo! Or get sticky wings, layer dip, and icy bevs delivered through Instacart? The crowd cheers! Let's go! He's going for it, folks. He's hitting checkout and touchdown! Will he get the extra point with delivery in as fast as 30 minutes? Yes! The crowd goes wild! Woo! $0 delivery fees on your first 3 grocery orders. Offer valid for a limited time. Other fees and terms apply.
Getting on the network Warwick relies on is easy when you come into the Verizon store at 399 Bald Hill Road. Come check out the latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between. It's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network Warwick relies on. Visit the Verizon store at 399 Bald Hill Road to speak with Reed and save big today.
Heads up, pet owners. There's a new 24-hour veterinary emergency hospital in Warwick. Veg ER for Pets is now open and ready for any emergency and urgent care need. Whether you have a dog, cat, bird, or exotic, if it fits through the door, they'll treat it. Just call or walk in and you'll see an emergency veterinarian right away. Best of all, you get to stay by your pet's side the entire time. For more information, visit veg.com today. That's VEG.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hey, fantasy football owners, I'm Matt Harmon from Reception Perception, a podcast dedicated to the wide receivers. Are you as confident in your flex as you are in your wide receiver one? I didn't think so. So follow Reception Perception on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
USPS employees work hard to keep our nation connected. That's why the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Federal Employee Program supports your health every day. Get the care you need thanks to a network with over 1.7 million doctors and hospitals, including mental health and chiropractic coverage. Plus, earn rewards when you take steps to improve your health. A plan that's with you every step of the way. That's the benefit of Blue. Learn more at fepblue.org/USPS.
Appliances are great when they work. When you need new, you need Is Schwartz Appliance. Nothing's better than getting that brand new appliance home and using it for the first time. So when it's time to upgrade, go to the pros, the kind of team that knows about the products they sell. They've got an amazing showroom where you can see and touch everything before you decide. It's big box store selection with the personal touch. Is Schwartz Appliance on Slades Ferry Ave, Somerset, and online at izschwartzappliance.com.
Curious about how you can achieve smooth, natural-looking, long-lasting filler results? The Juvederm collection of fillers has 6 unique gel fillers that add subtle volume and are designed for different needs in specific areas of the face, like lips, cheeks, chin, smile lines, under eyes, and jawline. Ask your licensed specialist for a full face assessment today and download the ALLE app, that's ALLE, the official loyalty program of Juvederm, to save on treatments and get a look that's true to you. For important safety information and to find a licensed specialist, visit juvederm.com. That's JUVEDERM.com. Not for people with severe allergic reactions, allergies to lidocaine, or the proteins used in Juvederm. Common side effects include injection site redness, swelling, pain, tenderness, firmness, lumps, bumps, bruising, discoloration, or itching. There's a risk of unintentional injection into a blood vessel, which can cause vision abnormalities, blindness, stroke, temporary scabs, or scarring. Talk to a licensed specialist to find out if it's right for you.
Mazda?
Once you discover the Mazda CX-30,
Mazda?
it doesn't take long to get it. With standard all-wheel drive plus an available turbo engine, it feels like it was designed just for you. It will have you saying,
Mazda.
The Mazda CX-30. It's made to move you.
Every Mazda SUV offers you an elevated driving experience and refined performance. Discover it at Tasca Mazda Cranston.
Get event ready with FedEx Office. Whether you need banners to welcome, posters to direct, yard signs to grab attention, or flutter flags to show them the way, FedEx Office is here to help.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI-FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston, an Odyssey sports station. This is Red Sox Review on WEEI.
Pepio winds, he throws, and Trevor drills one high and deep into left field. It is back, and it is gone. Trevor's Story ties the game with a missile into the seats in left. He's turning a corner, and we're tied at 1.
Very loud contact. 294 feet. Out of here in a hurry.
That was the home run that set it up. Trevor Story would come back in the 8th inning, little infield single, steals second, steals third. You could kind of feel it. And, you know, the thing about Trevor, and this has been, you know, no good, very bad, awful. We're just talking about it last couple of years for him for obvious reasons in so many ways. You know, as he sits here at 31 years old. It has been about as frustrating of a start of this contract as humanly possible. And Will and Joe were talking about this on the broadcast. He was on the pregame on the television side as well, talking about this. It's not like he doesn't know, right? But shoot, like imagine if you got something from him, any help whatsoever, and any offensive production like you did tonight. It's a whole different deal. All right, it's Red Sox Review Live with you, 617-7797-9337, 617-7797-9337. And, I will just also say this one other thing about Trevor's story. When you talk to the guys in that room, when you listen to Romy Gonzalez, for example, these younger players, Jaron Duran, Tristan Casas, Trevor Story was the kind of player that they grew up watching, like grew up loving. Like he came onto the scene, 8-9 years ago and has been, one of the great players in baseball for a long period of time up until the last 3 years. And what he means in that room matters an enormous amount. The way that he conducts himself, the way that he's ambassador for this team, the fact that he was around this team while working through his rehab, it matters. And it might not matter wins and losses wise in 2024, but it does matter. It matters in the long-term development, long-term growth, and all of this of these guys. And tonight, you're in the 8th inning of this game, and he gets on base on a pretty much nothing infield single. And he, essentially looks at a place in this game where, he can do something. He steals second. After a flyout, he steals third. And for a team that, again, struck out 14 times tonight, that has been devoid of offense, that has had absolutely nothing to offer over the last few weeks offensively, he knew he needed 180 feet for his team to win this game. And Jaron Duran drives him in and wins the game. That is something that has been missing, right? Like, that is the kind of thing. And I'm not saying that, like, the other guys don't have effort. It's just this intelligence in the game. When you have played as long as he has, when you have stolen as many bases as he has, when you have, again, won the way that he has. And tonight, he won this game for the Red Sox. He hits the home run to tie the game, and he is the best night of 2024 for him, honestly, which I know is not saying all that much. All right, 617-7797-9337, 617-7797-9337. Cooper Boardman here with you. Jacob Lassner inside the glass. It's a 2-1 win tonight, and I'm gonna punch myself in the face for beginning this conversation, but I'm gonna do it anyway. The Minnesota Twins lost again, and the Red Sox are 4 games out. And I'm not gonna sit here and be the person that's like, oh, it's back on. I'm not gonna do that to you, or me, or any of our sanity. But if you win tomorrow, and the Minnesota Twins lose tomorrow against the Cleveland Guardians, which they very well could. And you'll know, by the way, because that game will be played at 1:10. And so we'll come on the air at 5:50, and we'll be able to tell you all about it. If that happens, the Red Sox are going to walk into this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, against the Minnesota Twins, 3 games out of the 3rd and final wild card spot. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that information. I don't know how it's supposed to make you feel better. It doesn't make me feel much better. But, like, it's actually true. And the Mariners and the Tigers, the Tigers continue to, basically find ways never to lose. They're up 4-2 in the 9th inning against Kansas City. If that score holds, they're going to be a half game behind Minnesota going into the weekend. So you have all sorts of them to deal with. The Mariners and the Yankees are playing right now. And, they lost last night, and they're down early, but you don't know. So it's not just the Twins that you're worried about at this juncture, but oh my gosh, like you could walk into these 3 days and, with an opportunity to get back into it. Caller earlier said they have to win 8. I think they might have to win 10 to finish this off. But, you'll walk in alive. And again, it's 3 at home against Minnesota, 3 in Toronto for a team that is not good, and then 3 back home against the Rays, a team that if you win tomorrow against, you will have won each of the last 2 series against. So, there you go. All right, 617-7797-937, 617-7797-937, text line at 37937. Going to hit a quick break here. I see some texts. I'm going to get to that as soon as we come back We're back in a moment. It's Red Sox Review right here on WEEI.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays 6 to 10.
Now, here's what's trending on WEEI.
The Red Sox defeated the Rays tonight 2-1. Trevor Story scored the game-winning run, and he also stole a base in the 8th inning. Jansen came away with the save, and Slayton with the win. The Red Sox are back in action tomorrow at 6:50 at the Trop to take on the Rays on the Shaw's and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Shaw's perfecting the art of fresh. Hall of Famer Joe Castiglione and Will Fleming are on the call. Brian Bayo starting for the Sox. Littell for the Rays. Cooper Boardman himself has the Mass Mutual pregame show at 5:50. Mass Mutual, insurance planning, investments. The Swayman contract situation for the Bruins got a little interesting today. He still is not signed, and he will not report to day one of training camp, and he will not report to training camp or into the locker room until a contract has been settled upon. Don Sweeney emphasized privacy in his press conference today. Here's what he had to say.
Jeremy Swayman will not be in attendance tomorrow on the ice. He has chosen to wait, and rightfully so, till a contract is settled. It's our intention to continue to negotiate a contract. I'm disappointed that when you set things as a priority in a general manager spot, you do your best to try and accomplish that, and I haven't been able to do that yet. But I will make everybody aware that some of the inconsistencies that have been reported are completely inaccurate, and I think to try and keep things close to the vest and respect everybody's own privacy. As I said, I'm disappointed. By the end of the day, I'm optimistic because I think we'll find a landing spot before December 1st.
In other news today, Adam Schefter said on the WEEI afternoon show that he imagines that is it for Bryce Young in Carolina, and the Patriots take on the Jets tomorrow at 8:15 on Prime. Be sure to tune into the Six Rings post-game show directly after the game. My name is Jacob Lassner, and that's what's trending on WEEI and WEEI.com.
The Greg Hill Show.
I just need the Addy.
What?
I just need the Addy so I know where I'm going.
I thought you were looking for Adderalls.
No.
Okay.
Just the address. My bad. Hey, guy, I need the address. Could you give me the cross street that I know exactly where it is? Make sure if there's a landmark there, please.
Could you please give me the exact speed limit on the highway that I'll be traveling upon?
If there any chance you could get me the map quest.
Right.
Did you miss something? Listen to the podcast on the Odyssey app or at WEEI.com. The Greg Hill Show, morning 6 to 10 on New England Sports Original. WEEI. WEEI.
Getting on the network Warwick relies on is easy when you come into the Verizon store at 399 Bald Hill Road. Come check out the latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between. It's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network Warwick relies on. Visit the Verizon store at 399 Bald Hill Road to speak with Reed and save big today.
Instacart Shopper Thoughts, Avocado Edition.
If I had a time machine, I wouldn't go back in time to ride a dinosaur or hang out with George Washington. I'd go forward 3 days from now to see this avocado perfectly ripe just in time for Jeff to make his guac. But hey, that's just me.
Download the Instacart app and we'll overthink shopping for you. Get free delivery on your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
Heads up, pet owners. There's a new 24-hour veterinary emergency hospital in Warwick. Veg ER for Pets is now open and ready for any emergency and urgent care need. Whether you have a dog, cat, bird, or exotic, if it fits through the door, they'll treat it. Just call or walk in and you'll see an emergency veterinarian right away. Best of all, you get to stay by your pet's side the entire time. For more information, visit veg.com today. That's VEG.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. Touchdown! This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
If you're an adult with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, you have options with Entyvio. For maintenance therapy, you and your doctor can choose between intravenous infusion or the Entyvio pen, a self-administered injection under the skin you can take at home or on the go. Discover your options at Entyvio.com. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. Ask your healthcare provider about Entyvio.
Aldi has held the record for the lowest prices 7 years straight. And off the record, they've had the lowest prices since they opened over 48 years ago. You'd think somewhere along the way another store would have at least tried to steal their title. But no. They seem to be too busy doing other things. Expensive supermarket things. Pricing beef so high that pretty soon you'll have literal steam coming out of your ears. Aldi would never. The lowest everyday prices. It's an Aldi thing.
The new Boost Mobile network is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month for life.
That sounds like a threat.
Then how do you think we should say it?
Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month for the rest of your life?
I don't know.
Until your ultimate demise.
What if we just say forever?
Okay.
$25 a month forever.
Get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month with Boost Mobile forever.
After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Unlimited plan.
Bridge Bank looks at each of its clients' opportunities with an entrepreneurial mindset. Clients work with the same banker at each phase of their business growth. For relationship banking built on trust, powered by the strength of Western Alliance Bank, connect with a banker today at bridgebank.com.
Lowe's knows that for pros, time is money. And that's why with the Lowe's app, we've made saving time easy. You can authorize crew members to make purchases at Lowe's stores on your behalf. They can pay quickly by scanning a QR code for a simple checkout every time. Now that's what we call saving time in store with the Lowe's app. So you have more time to get the job done because Lowe's knows pros.
This is Red Sox Review on W.
Bay Rays. They get to 76 and 76, again, for whatever that is worth to you. You know, 617-779-7937, text line at 37937. Let's look at some texts here. And again, the sentiment here, and this from 609 is one that we've talked about quite a bit. But I do think it is very much worth diving into. You know, and this person writes, why can't the Red Sox just spend money to get a pitcher and not trade a stud like Duran? Breslow's gotten fleeced, and then lists out, the Garcia trade, the Zephyr John trade, Chris Sale, Nick York, et cetera, et cetera. So let's go piece by piece there. Why can't the Red Sox just spend money? Why can't the Red Sox just spend money? They could sum up most of the calls, right? I just think that, that they could trade. Do you want to trade Jarren Duran? No. Is there a way to trade Jarren Duran or Willie Abreu and get legitimate big league right now value back? Absolutely. In a way that I don't think this conversation about trading the outfield really has anything to do with the financial situation that the Red Sox are in. Is them being too left-handed a result of the financial situation that they're in? Maybe. But it's just kind of the way that this cookie's crumbled, like the Willier's emergence came from a trade at the deadline for Christian Vasquez that you hoped would pop and did. Jarren's emergence, people forget Jarren Duran at the beginning of 2023, started the year in AAA and then blossomed into what he is. The Yoshida deal, sure, that's not under this current regime. That's not a decision that Craig Breslow made. And so I can't really, it's hard to say that means anything in any direction. But the idea that, the outfield and this team being too left-handed is really anything more than just kind of something that is unfolded. That's what it is. And so I just think that where you're at is beyond the financial conversation is that somebody almost has to go. And I just don't, and maybe it happens on the infield. Maybe it's Casas. I'm just not in that boat. But I understand that some people are. I just think that one of those left-handed bats, and all three of them have value. Abreu has value. Duran has value. If you want a top-end starter, you have to trade a top-end player, right? Duran would be that. But Abreu would probably get you a good pitcher, right? I mean, and again, I'm not in these rooms, but it's really about the left-handed versus the financial aspect of it. And I think it would make a lot more sense to trade a star, trade somebody like a left-handed bat, and then go and pay for a very, very good right-handed bat. Would you like to do both? Yes. Would it be nicer to trade someone of the caliber of Abreu? Yes. But I get it. I don't know. The other part of this, too, in that text is, Breslow getting fleeced in pretty much all of the trades so far, quote, end quote. Garcia and Zephyr John and Sale and Nick York and all of this. And look, the Chris Sale deal is absolutely indefensible on Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. I think even if Chris Sale gets injured next year after the restructuring of his contract and never pitches again for the Atlanta Braves, it will still be very hard to defend because of what has happened in 2024. And it is, of course, the punchline that was hit when I did the show in December. And we said, well, what if Chris Sale goes to Atlanta and wins the Cy Young? Well, we're getting, our answer to all of that. And Vaughn Grissom's been at AAA and all of that. And look, I believe in Vaughn in the long term. I think he's shown a lot down there, but Chris Sale is winning the Cy Young. There's really just no way around that. So that's part one. But I'm not going to pretend that I'm the genius here. Like, I'm not going to pretend that when that deal went down, I didn't like it. It was Craig Breslow, ridding himself of something that had been hanging over the team over the last couple of years with Chris Sale's injuries, something that had been just this awful. I mean, we talked about it constantly. I'm not going to forget these conversations in June and July and August and September of 2023. When he did the deal, it was like, all right, let's just get something, get some value for a hole that needed to be plugged at the time. And then Vaughn Grissom's injuries completely derailed his season. Nick York, I'm sorry, I get it. I love Nick, personally. He was great in Worcester. That deal, anybody writing that deal right now, I'm sorry. Stop. Just stop. They got a good-looking pitching prospect in Quinn Priester, who is, and I really do mean this, and he was, again, he got to the big leagues. He is 1,000 times better right now, 1,000 being strong. He is a much better pitcher right now on September 18th than he was on July 31st because of the process the Red Sox have put him through pitching development-wise. And the Red Sox have added legitimate, what you've seen from Richard Fitz over these, 2 starts and what you'll see on Friday night, that process is unfolding with Quinn Priester right now. They're doing that with him right now. So, I check back on me on that one, but I don't know. The Nick York trade thing is a little ridiculous to me. He really struggled at AA despite the underlying numbers. He had a really good month at AAA, and they flipped him for a guy that they thought could be, a good young starter and still can be. I have zero issue with that. I have zero, I have a lot of issues with writing the autopsy on that trade on September 18th, 2024. What if they brought up Zephyr John? Yeah. The Angels deals, right? The Garcia deal, with Cavadas and Lugo and Zephyr John were really a 40-man roster conversation. You're in a situation where if you want to have Anthony Meyer, Teal, Campbell at the big league level in 2025 at any point, and and those guys are also, some of them are approaching the 40-man ad with the Rule 5 coming, and the Red Sox were facing among the largest 40-man roster rule crunches possible. You were not going to be able to add most of those guys to the 40-man roster, and that's why they made the trade that they did. and just where the organization is at. And so they tried to get something for him. It didn't work out. I wish it had been better. I wish Sims had been better, and obviously he's been injured, and so and apparently he came over with something probably. So it's hard to maybe fully put that deal into the right perspective. But again, Sale and Grissom is damning, right? The Paxton deal is damning. Danny Jansen is damning. The results of Sims and Garcia are damning. That's bad. But Verdugo for Richard Fitz and Greg Weissert, that looks pretty good. Justin Slayton's Rule 5 trade, they didn't pick him, but they traded for him. Looks great. Mets would kill to have that guy in their bullpen right now. Tyler O'Neill for Victor Santos and Nick Robertson. They got 31 home runs out of Victor Santos and Nick Robertson. That's unbelievable. Cooper Criswell on a 1 year, $1 million. It's not all bad, and I think people paint that picture about Craig Breslow's early decisions. I am not trying to wash over what the Chris Sale deal has become. I'm not trying to wash over, what all of those other ones that I listed have done. Zephyr John in the big leagues right now, I'd love to see it in a Red Sox uniform. I mean, the way that he was throwing the ball at AAA, but they promoted Luis Guerrero. Guerrero theoretically has that spot, 40-man or otherwise. But, I think you will see an overhaul of the bullpen in the offseason. That will be telling about how you judge Craig Breslow. I think you will see a major trade in some capacity. That will be telling about Craig Breslow. And everything beyond that will be a financial conversation that we've had a million times before. But I appreciate the text because it's again, your points are good. Like I don't disagree. It's just, again, it's not as simple as he's gotten fleeced. I don't see it that way, but I understand why you would, but I don't see it that way with, again, Verdugo, Slayton, O'Neill, Criswell, like they're still good here. And the other part of it too, and I will just say this, and again, it does not excuse Sale. I'm not like that's the results are bad there right now. But I think if you look at, walking into this offseason, the needs of this team and, the decisions that need to be made, one of the biggest gripes in 2023 and 2022, and shoot, I read the text and took the phone calls, was about Craig Breslow, or excuse me, Chaim Bloom not doing enough, right? And that was ultimately probably what ended his time here. Just not enough. And you have a general manager here, a decision maker here, I should say, in Craig Breslow, that is willing to make is willing to do it. People looked at the trade deadline as he didn't do anything. I think that's wrong. I think that based on the situation and the hand that he was dealt and the prospect capital in the organization, he traded about everything he possibly could without mortgaging everything, without touching one of the top 4 prospects that you believe are going to be cornerstones and pillars of the future. He traded away 40-man, guys that were about to be in a 40-man roster crunch and some lower-level guys and some guys that maybe he didn't believe in as much as the previous regime for whatever reason. And when you look at that, he's kind of at this point in the first year, and we all want things to happen fast. And you know what? 76 and 76 is not good enough, right? And he has said so. Alex Cora has said so. I have said so. We have all, everyone knows that. And this team, barring some kind of miracle, is not going to make the playoffs. But you do have I just think that when you actually dive into the deals and you dive into an intelligent conversation about the roster and the state of the organization in 2024, that he has been more aggressive than people give him credit for. And whatever that means is what it means, but the promotion of Nick York was aggressive from AA based on what he was doing at AA. They got a good month out of him, and they traded him while the going was hot, and they got Quinn Priester out of it. And they believe in Quinn Priester, and that's where the pitching development intersects. That's the other part of this, too. What they are doing from a pitching development perspective is happening in this organization. What they have revamped in this organization is just it is so important, and it won't be important tomorrow, and it hasn't been. Although it's been important to 76 and 76, it's been important for Houck and Crawford and their starts and Houck's finish. It's been important for a guy like Slayton. It's been important for a guy like Luis Guerrero. Shoot, it's been important for Richard Fitz, who's going to challenge for a rotation spot coming into camp next year. They have truly created a situation where they are making pitchers better here, which was not the case over the last few years. To this extent. It just wasn't, and again, you need to look no further than the conversations that we had all off season long on this show with you about fill in the blank starting pitcher that you wanted on the open market. I mean, remember the Jordan Montgomery conversation? It's just one of those things where, I look at what they have done in the starting pitching department. This has become a place where starting pitchers are going to want to come. I think you'll see that in the offseason if they're willing to spend. I think you'll see that. And so, again, I can say all these wonderful things and all these positive things about this team or about this organization, the direction it's going in. It doesn't change what the texter says. And that is Paxton. That is Sale. That is Danny Jansen. That is what happened with Sims and Garcia. That didn't work out. And it will be, there's no doubt. And I thought the Boston Globe article with Alex Spear, great article, with him and Craig Breslow talking about, what he would like back, that there are things that he would like back. I think you'd like those things back. And you know what? It happens. But I think that there is a legitimate level of aggression here. Texter asks, what about the Mickey Gasper Rule 5 pick? Seemed a good, take from the Yankees. Didn't flash for the big team. I mean, 12 at bats or 15 plate appearances, 12 at bats. He was a minor league Rule 5 pick that started in Double-A. They got to the big leagues. Like, he never got a chance to play over significant time at the big league level. That was a good pick, not a bad one. There are 29 other teams that wish they had made that pick, or 28 other teams that wish they had made that pick because of the way that he hit a AAA. He didn't play for the big league team. He didn't play. He went from playing every day at a AAA level, being the best hitter in the league for 3 months, to not playing. He had 15 plate appearances. I'm not gonna pass judgment in any way, good or bad, on him. On that. All right, 617-779-7937, text line at 37937. Cooper Boardman with you. We're up until 11 tonight on Red Sox Review. Again, 37937. We're on the text line hard tonight with all of you. Red Sox beat the Rays 2-1. They get to 76 and 76. I will just take 1 second and walk you through the night for the Red Sox here. And, this really starts with Tanner Houck, and I was genuinely, and I'm not Tanner Houck's shoulder, so I don't know how he feels, but I was genuinely surprised that he didn't, that he started this game. I'm almost surprised that they didn't shut him down, but obviously he's in a place where he's all right, and he was pumping 96 tonight over 4 innings. Really the toughest task that he ran into was in the second inning. Josh Lowe doubles. He hits Johnny DeLuca with a pitch, gets a strikeout, and that brought Taylor Walls to the plate, and Taylor Walls did this to give the Rays the lead.
For the second straight day, Mike Yastrzemski hit a leadoff home run.
There's a line drive hit softly in the left. It drops for a base. It's going to score a run. O'Neill looks at the plate and puts it in toward third. A light hitting Taylor Walls drives in his 14th run of the season, scoring Josh Lowe, and it's 1-0 Tampa Bay.
And at that point, you're sitting there like, oh my gosh, like, are you going to score? 14 strikeouts on the night, 12 against Ryan Pepio. Ryan Pepio throws an inning, an immaculate inning in the 5th inning. Think about it this way. What happened tonight has happened just 116 times in the history of baseball. The 5th against the Boston Red Sox, first since 2021. Remember, Michael King did it for the Yankees against the Red Sox. So you're in a spot where you're down 1-0, you're not doing anything offensively, and I just continue to go back to every time I write Trevor Story's name on my lineup card, And, what you make of Trevor's story is so hard. There's one thing that's absolutely true is that you're stuck with him, right? Like, he's not going anywhere. Could you see like Yoshida getting offloaded in the offseason? Absolutely. And just eating the money essentially just because of the roster spot that he is plugging up. Totally. Is Trevor Story going anywhere? I would be absolutely staggered if that were the case. And so you sit here and you ask the question that was asked when he came to Boston, which was, is he Trevor Story, the guy that had the first 5-6 years in Colorado, where he was, 120, 125, 130 WRC plus guy? Or is he, the version of him that we saw in 2021? Well, tonight, in the 6th inning, right after that immaculate inning, he was the former against the Rays at the Trop tonight.
Pepio winds, he throws, and Trevor drills one high and deep into left field. It is back, and it is gone! Trevor Story ties the game with a missile into the seats in left. He's turning a corner, and we're tied at 1.
Very loud contact. 394 feet. Out of here in a hurry.
A little bit different than the previous inning. Trevor is really starting to look comfortable. You hear the Red Sox fans here for the first time.
That you did. And, you look at this season for the Red Sox and offensively what they have done, or really what they have not done. And, as I pull it up here in front of me, the Red Sox got a 755 OPS from their shortstops. And, it's funny, like, you look around at the teams that are in the playoffs right now. Bobby Witt Jr. would be the MVP if a man named Aaron Judge did not exist. He is, they have the league leader in shortstop OPS. Baltimore's going to get there probably in the top wild card spot with Gunnar Henderson. The Mets are going to be there or have at least pushed their way there with Frankie Lindor. You look at the Dodgers and what Mookie has provided there when he's been physically capable of playing defense and healthy there. But they've got an 835 OPS out of their shortstops. You look at Minnesota. You look at Milwaukee. You look at Philadelphia. These are the teams that OPS-wise are getting the most production out of their guys at shortstop. The Red Sox don't need that. Red Sox don't need all of that. They don't need Trevor Story to be Bobby Witt and Gunnar Henderson and on and on and on. But they do need something. And what he gave them tonight and what he gave them in the 8th inning is exactly what they need. The infield single. He steals second, he steals third, and with the game tied at 1 in the top of the 8th inning, Jarren Duran in the box, it was a chance to drive Trevor home.
Here's the 0-2 pitch again. And he grounds it hard by the diving first baseman into right field. Story scores. The Red Sox lead 2-1. Hard hit ball off the bat of Jarren Duran as he breaks an 0 for 9, driving in his 73rd run. The infield's back. That might have been an out.
Yep, and that's a run created entirely by Trevor Story.
It was. And again, I don't know what you're going to get out of Trevor's Story, but I know he's going to be a right-handed bat who's going to play good defense, and I think he's going to give you, relative league average. And anything beyond that will be just desserts, assuming that he is healthy. So we'll see. But there's legitimate fatigue when you talk about him, and understandably so. All right, text line 37937, phone line 617-779-7937. Step aside, come back, get you set up for tomorrow and the weekend right here on Red Sox Review on WEEI.
WEEI.
I love EEI, man.
WEEI.
WEEI. New England's
Sports Original.
Getting on the network Warwick relies on is easy when you come into the Verizon store at 399 Bald Hill Road. Come check out the latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between. It's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network Warwick relies on. Visit the Verizon store at 399 Bald Hill Road to speak with Reed and save big today.
Heads up, pet owners. There's a new 24-hour veterinary emergency hospital in Warwick. Veg ER for Pets is now open and ready for any emergency and urgent care need. Whether you have a dog, cat, bird, or exotic, if it fits through the door, they'll treat it. Just call or walk in and you'll see an emergency veterinarian right away. Best of all, you get to stay by your pet's side the entire time. For more information, visit veg.com today. That's VEG.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
At the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Federal Employee Program, we're committed to providing USPS employees, retirees, and their families with some of the best health care benefits possible. That's because hardworking mail handlers, letter carriers, and everyone in between know that they can count on us to deliver quality coverage, including a network with over 1.7 million doctors and hospitals, free preventive care, and exclusive discounts. See the benefit of Blue for yourself at fepblue.org/USPS.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. With tailgates of hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade, you can guarantee victory for every game day meal. Raising Cane's Chicken Finger, one love. Order online or on our app.
Flu season is here. Help protect yourself and those around you. Remember to get your annual flu vaccine. Sponsored by Santa Fe at CVS stores.
Pros, ahorren en grande en marcas reconocidas en los Pro Savings Days de Lowe's. Ahorra $40 en pinturas selectas Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense y tintes selectos Valspar de 5 galones. Además, ahorra $20 en cubetas de 5 galones All-Purpose Primer de HGTV Home de Sherwin-Williams. Aprovecha estas ofertas en tiendas o en línea por tiempo limitado, porque Lowe's sabe de ahorros. Lowe's sabe de pros. Oferta válida hasta el 9/27. Detalles en tiendas o en Lowe's.com.
If you're an adult with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, you have options with Entyvio. For maintenance therapy, you and your doctor can choose between intravenous infusion or the Entyvio pen, a self-administered injection under the skin you can take at home or on the go. Discover your options at Entyvio.com. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. Ask your healthcare provider about Entyvio.
What could be nicer than pumpkin spice? An L-certified Lexus of your dreams. Find yours at the L-certified Fall Collection Sales Event with special offers on select pre-owned models. U.S. News & World Report's best CPO program for 7 years running with a complimentary maintenance plan and an unlimited mileage warranty up to 6 years. Click the banner to discover more. Exclusively at your Lexus dealer.
View U.S. News Best Cars at cars.usnews.com. Warranty valid 2 years after expiration of remaining time mileage of 4-year 50,000-mile new vehicle basic warranty. Offers end November 4th.
We are the Community College of Rhode Island. You know us as CCRI, and we're more than you think. We have 4 campuses across the state with guided financial aid and scholarship opportunities and the lowest tuition in Rhode Island. We offer daytime, evening, on-campus, and online classes to help you earn your degree on your time, with more than 90 programs to help you discover your career path or advance on the one you already have. And over 70 transfer agreements. CCRI is the smart choice. We know who we are. Now it's your turn. The Community College of Rhode Island. Find your future here.
Big box stores are great if you want to stay the same. But be careful not to get boxed in. Northeast Electrical can help you get where you need to go. From great products to unique services and solutions. Click now and experience your upgrade.
Everything Boston Red Sox. This is Red Sox Review on WEEI.
3-2. Runners at second and third. 2-1. Red Sox. In the ninth, Jansen ready. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got it. He chased what might have been ball 4 away. And the drama ends with the Red Sox on top. The final Boston 2 and Tampa Bay 1. The Rays lead the tying run at third and the winning run at second in the ninth inning. So the Red Sox now are 2-4 on this trip, and they get back to 500 at 76 and 76 and stay 2 games in front of the Tampa Bay Rays, back to 2 games in the AL East.
Not dead. Or something. Red Sox Review Live with you. Cooper Boardman here. Jacob Lassner inside the glass. 617-779-7937. 617-779-7937. Text line at 37937. 2 on the final tonight, 76 and 76. 4 out from Minnesota after they lose. So, again, we'll spend some time talking about playoff stuff when it becomes real. And maybe it'll be tomorrow night after the game. Twins lose tomorrow. Red Sox win tomorrow. You'd be 3 out with 3 games against the Twins Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You'd then have the Tigers and Mariners to deal with in that conversation. But, you know, we'll see. All right, you heard the highlight there that came to you earlier on from the Nissan postgame show. And at Nissan, you deserve a car that thrills you. And Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself and shop your local Nissan store, NissanUSA.com today. All right, let's get back to the phones now, 617-779-7937. And let's go back to New Hampshire. We're just hitting the whole Granite State tonight. Matt, you are on the air. Welcome to Red Sox Review.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
All good.
So my cousin, he's a huge prospect guy. He's always he can tell you the top 100 prospects, and he's always telling me these bold takes for the Red Sox. He told me one tonight, and I really, really hope that it's not true. He thinks that Zach Kelly is going to be the closer to start the year next year, and I just really hope that's not the truth, because there's not many guys I can't stand more than Zach Kelly.
No, I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think that's going to be the case. Just to be clear, if I had to stake my claim right now, I don't think he's going to be the closer. I don't know, but I don't think so.
And then one last thing. So I called last night, and I was the one talking about Alex Cora and how if he could get fired next year.
Sure.
And I brought up John Farrell. I wasn't comparing them. And then the guy in the glass was saying that, oh, that's the biggest disrespect to compare those two. So then it got me thinking, and I went on there. So John Farrell was the coach for 4 years, and I believe this is Cora's 5th or 6th. Farrell has a higher winning percentage. I get it. They spent money back then. But Cora won with probably the greatest Red Sox team of all time. Farrell won with a team that probably the lowest out of the World Series teams. I just want to know your thoughts
that team was really good. That team was. It's not like that team wasn't good.
No, I get that, but I mean, who was it? You had Ortiz. It was Ortiz, and then Napoli, Johnny Gomes.
Well, that's Pedroia. That's Pedroia MVP. That's Johnny Gomes. That's Jacoby Ellsbury, prime Jacoby. That's an unreal Saltalamacchia.
Yeah, trust me, I think Alex Cora is a great manager, but it just got me thinking. It's if you had to pick the best thing that he's done, he won the one World Series, who brought the team to the ALCS. Other than that, he hasn't done anything.
Yeah. Well, and I look, I totally get it. First of all, he's been to an ALCS. He completely overachieved that team in 2021. To be honest about it, right? I just think the organizations are in a completely different position, right? And if the narrative is in 2024, there's been too much turnover. I just think that what they did with John Farrell and what they did, with Renicky, I guess is kind of its own other thing. But after Tito got let go, you had the 1 year of Valentine, right? And then you had a little bit of Farrell, you had a little bit of Cora. You're in a spot now where there's just been too much turnover. And I think that if John Farrell was the manager, I really do mean this. If John Farrell had retaken over the managerial job in 2021 and he was in Alex Cora's seat from 21 to 2024, he probably wouldn't be fired after this year, right?
I agree. And I honestly, it bugs me because I can't stand Farrell. I hated every second of it. But it just got me thinking, and it's just I don't know. I kind of just feel like they need that new face in there. And it's not because of what Cora's done. It's just Francona was great, but every once in a while that team just needs to get rid of Like even the Giants with Bruce Bochy, like you gotta start over somewhere.
Yeah,
I feel like this is the time. But
I don't think the reason why I don't think so is because you have a young core that came up under him that loves him and trusts him. You get rid of him, you're completely blowing that up.
Yeah, I agree, and that's another thing that I hope that the Red Sox end up doing this year. And I'll get off the phone after this, but they need that. It doesn't have to be a stud hitter. Well, they do need one of those, but they need one of those veteran presence. Like you need that in the clubhouse. You need like the Steve Pierce, or you need the Johnny Gomes. Like not that they're great on the field, they just know what to do, when to do it. Like you can hit 210 all year, but you get up in that game one of the playoffs and you move the runner over, or you hit the ball into the gap and it starts a whole rally. It's just something they need that.
Yeah, and Matt,
I'll
it's true. No, appreciate your call. And you know who I think that is? And again, I'm not saying that they don't need to bring somebody else in for that. The answer is Trevor Story, man. Like, to actually have him on the team. That's the answer. You can point to so many things about this team being too left-handed, about the defense being as awful as it's been. And having a guy in the lineup like tonight where, he comes through, gives you an infield single in the 8th inning. It's like a nothing swing, but gets on base. He recognizes that the only way on earth that the Red Sox are going to score against the Rays bullpen, the way that they're hitting right now, is if he steals second and he steals third, and he finds a way to do it. That's the difference, right? Like that's what he could mean to this team. But you're right, they need a star too. But I appreciate the thought. Last thing, and that music means we got to get on out of here. But Farrell's firing in 2017 was about a team that was underachieving. That Brass, I think, felt like could go and win a year later, and then they did. That was the same. That was Vasquez and Bogarts and Benintendi and obviously Raffy and Mookie and JBJ and Hanley Ramirez, right? 2017? Yeah, had to be. And that's a much, much different place than where this team is right now. But it's a fun little thought exercise there. All right, we really got to get out of here. Huge thanks to Jacob Lassner, Inside the Glass. Great stuff all night. I'm Cooper Boardman. We'll talk to you tomorrow, 5:50 pre, 6:50 first pitch, Red Sox review after the game, then 6 rings, all that. But that's it for us tonight. Red Sox review on WEEI.
Jones and Keefe.
You were winning at home in your home opener. You had the ball to start overtime. The team is better than I thought. Are they good? We'll see. They should be 2-0. Going into a massive game on Thursday against the Jets, it's still a massive game. The difference between 2-1 and 1-2, based on the way they started, that's a huge gap.
Did you miss something? Listen to the podcast on the Odyssey app or at WEEI.com. Jones and Keefe, middays 10 to 2 on New England's Sports Original, WEEI.
Getting on the network Warwick relies on is easy when you come into the Verizon store at 399 Bald Hill Road. Come check out the latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between. It's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network Warwick relies on. Visit the Verizon store at 399 Bald Hill Road to speak with Reed and save big today.
Heads up, pet owners. There's a new 24-hour veterinary emergency hospital in Warwick. Veg ER for Pets is now open and ready for any emergency and urgent care need. Whether you have a dog, cat, bird, or exotic, if it fits through the door, they'll treat it. Just call or walk in and you'll see an emergency veterinarian right away. Best of all, you get to stay by your pet's side the entire time. For more information, visit veg.com today. That's VEG.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
If you're an adult with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, you have options with Entyvio. For maintenance therapy, you and your doctor can choose between intravenous infusion or the Entyvio pen, a self-administered injection under the skin you can take at home or on the go. Discover your options at Entyvio.com. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. Ask your healthcare provider about Entyvio.
Appliances are great when they work. When you need new, you need Is Schwartz Appliance. Nothing's better than getting that brand new appliance home and using it for the first time. So when it's time to upgrade, go to the pros, the kind of team that knows about the products they sell. They've got an amazing showroom where you can see and touch everything before you decide. It's big box store selection with the personal touch. Is Schwartz Appliance on Slades Ferry Ave, Somerset, and online at izschwartzappliance.com.
We are the Community College of Rhode Island. You know us as CCRI, and we're more than you think. We have 4 campuses across the state with guided financial aid and scholarship opportunities and the lowest tuition in Rhode Island. We offer daytime, evening, on-campus, and online classes to help you earn your degree on your time, with more than 90 programs to help you discover your career path or advance on the one you already have, and over 70 transfer agreements. CCRI is the smart choice. We know who we are. Now it's your turn. The Community College of Rhode Island. Find your future here.
To make switching to the new Boost Mobile risk-free, we're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee.
So why wouldn't you switch from Verizon or T-Mobile?
Because you have nothing to lose. Boost Mobile is offering a 30-day money-back guarantee.
No, I asked why wouldn't you switch from Verizon or T-Mobile?
Oh.
Wouldn't.
Because you love wasting money as a way to punish yourself because your mother never showed you enough love as a child?
Whoa. Easy there.
Yeah.
Applies to online activations. Requires port in and auto pay. Customers activating in stores may be charged non-refundable activation fees.
DQ presents the sound of BOGO-free Blizzard treats in the DQ app. It's the sound of downloading the DQ app, redeeming the sweetest BOGO-free Blizzard deal, telling all your friends, and heading to DQ. For BOGO-free any-size Blizzard treats only in the DQ app for a limited time. Download it today. At participating locations, limitations apply. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Talk saves lives. So we're inviting you to join us for Odyssey's mental health initiative, I'm Listening, an enlightening 2-hour special dedicated to more mental health conversations. We're delighted to have Carson Daly as our host and guide again this year.
Hi, it's Carson Daly, and I'm once again so honored to be hosting this 2-hour special along with Dr. Alfie and Katie Neal.
I'm Listening, 7 p.m. Wednesday, September 25th, live on the free Odyssey app.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI-FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston, an Odyssey sports station. This is a WEEI late night replay. The best of the day from the Greg Hill Show on WEEI.
At 6:45, and I believe a Red Sox front office report at 9 tomorrow as the Red Sox season winds down. The last one with the great Joe Castiglione, Curtis. And
I have put my hat in the ring to replace him. Yep, I met with Ken yesterday, and I'm going to do a couple demos. I think it's my job. I think it's what I was born to do.
It's got to be a job that a lot of people want. I mean, you talk about the Red Sox storied franchise, and that play-by-play job has got to be one that I would assume a lot of people want.
I was reached out to yesterday about the job.
Really?
So I forwarded to Ken.
Oh, wow.
Somebody that I think would actually do a very bang-up job.
Oh.
I had an idea as a potential candidate, in all sincerity. Gary Streisky.
Oh, he would bring so much energy.
Outside the box, did the Nesson sideline stuff. He's working at SportsCenter, does a great job with Randy Scott on ESPN. But I don't know. I think some youth would be good.
It's probably a pay cut for him, though.
ESPN is kind of right now. I don't know.
Okay.
Gary didn't get the praise that he should have gotten when he was here. Like, I think he is...
He's solid. He's an A1.
Yep. And Jemai does a great job now, too. Like, he doesn't get enough credit either.
Well, and certainly Lou has done an incredible job.
Yes.
But he's not really looked at as color.
But
he's
whoever,
more color guy,
like,
right?
Lou should have a say in who it is.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
And,
all those jobs are coveted.
Pay it to
Celtics,
Lou.
Bruins, obviously Red Sox, and Patriots. So, yeah, I tell you, it'll be interesting who they decide to go with.
Yep.
Greg, I got to read this to you. Might be my favorite text of all time, but it's definitely in the running for text of the day.
Running for text of the day this morning on the Subaru of New England text line.
That's correct. 508 text. We were just talking about the all 22s.
Yes.
All 22s, the name of Greg's dating app.
All right. It's a good name, though.
First of all, Lindsay is not 22.
Nope. It's a good name.
Appreciate that.
Happy 23.
I have an issue relating to older women. It's not
wrong
mental.
with that.
It's just we're at different points in our lives.
Greg's other dating app is actually called 23andMe.
I am not ready to.
What?
Okay, Shine.
That's a good one, Shine. That is a good one. He likes him young. He likes him like Belichick.
I like him. It doesn't matter to me. Age is just a number, so it does not
they
matter.
all seem to share one.
When they get over a certain age, it does
I want
matter.
somebody. I'm going to Post Malone tonight.
Ooh.
You think I'm gonna ask a 50-year-old to go to Post Malone?
Wow.
You have no idea who Post Malone is.
Oh, that's not true.
You know who Post Malone is. You're a 50-year-old.
I know, but I'm
closer
hip.
to 60
My
than
mom
50.
loves Post
I'm hip.
Malone.
I'm cool.
I thought. Okay.
I used to be for them streets.
All right. You him.
You're hip,
Right.
you're hip and you're cool.
Yes, he knows.
That's correct.
I think you need to get a thesaurus.
This is Cotto from Boston. Cotto.
Good morning.
What's
Good morning.
up?
How's it going, guys?
What's up?
Hey, so I called in a few days ago about how I thought that obviously like over 17 or 18 games, the run game wasn't going to be sustainable with injuries coming up and whatnot. And, it's just something that ends up happening. And to Wiggy and Chime's point is I do think that Drake May should be starting because I think he'd give us more for our receivers. But at the same time, we've talked all offseason about how the offensive line is a problem. And no, I don't think that they're great. But if they're giving a quarterback 6 seconds to throw the ball, I think the quarterback should be finding a target. And I do, just to play devil's advocate for everybody saying that, what makes you think Drake May is able to do it? Well, what makes you think that Drake May isn't able to do the same as Brissett, if not better?
Well, we haven't seen.
Wouldn't it?
The answer to that is we haven't seen Drake May do it. So
Right. Well, we haven't seen Jacoby Brissett do it either. So what the hell's the difference?
I know. Listen, to me,
yeah,
the strength of the run game that you bring up is another reason why you can put Drake May in there and not worry about it as much.
Exactly, but if you have receivers that are getting open consistently, and Shine brought up the point the other day about Jalen Polk being a top receiver to get separation. It's you need somebody in there if you want to win games, because this season a lot of people are saying that it's a rebuild year, but in reality we have a good enough team to make the playoffs. We have a good enough team to, I'm not saying we're going to win the Super Bowl, but we have a good enough team to compete, and they showed that against the Bengals. They showed that last week. And if you get a better option at quarterback who can get it to your receivers, then you have even more of a chance to win. So I don't see the negative in bringing in Drake May, giving him the experience. And in the long run, as a Patriots fan, it should be what you want, because he is our number 3 pick, and he's going to be our quarterback for a while. So get him in now. Get him used to our young receivers. All of our receivers are young except for, Hunter Henry.
It's just Curtis and Wiggy can relate to this maybe more so than Courtney and Shime. But we have somehow arrived at a point where we are like Carolina, where we are hoping and praying that we made a pick in the draft at quarterback that is somehow going to lead this franchise.
Yeah, but we didn't leverage our future in order to do it.
Back to glory. Like, it is It's bizarro world. Like when you think about the 20 years of incredible success here.
But Greg, removing my emotion and the bitterness of the past, okay? When you have a quarterback that can win championships, the onus is on the coach and Robert Kraft specifically to maximize that window, not to find a way to shove him out the door. And that's what was so frustrating about the end here in New England, where they didn't maximize it because the odds that Drake May is anywhere near what you had is slim to none.
See, I don't even really trip about that. It's like you're 16 years old and your crush, all of a sudden, you live in Boston, your crush moves to California. It's like, yeah, your heart might be broken, but it's time to move on. I'm in the world of time to move on. I love what Brady did. I love what the organization was able to do in the time him and Bill was there. The same way I've moved on.
Do you want to waste a whole nother season without knowing what Drake May is?
I don't. I think
that's what they're going to do.
I think it's stupid. The same way I think the Carolina Panthers are stupid for sitting Bryce Young. Play Bryce Young, see if he can get any better, and then after the season, you reevaluate if it's time for us to look to see if we can get a free agent quarterback or maybe have to trade him.
The Panthers are too trigger happy. Like they just flip on the dime immediately. They just do not let things play out. If things don't go right, then they immediately switch.
I think this team is good enough. I think they have a good enough coach. They have a good enough talent on the defensive side of the football. I think they can run the football well. I don't know what these wide receivers are because your passing game is anemic.
Now, I will say the risk is Scheim was talking to me before the show started about his hero, Mel Kiper. And what did Kiper say? That essentially the Panthers are responsible for ruining Bryce Young, right? I mean, do you have the audio?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's mishandled is the word because when you drafted Bryce Young, you knew he was an outlier, So you knew Bryce Young, not only short but small, diminutive quarterback, needed help, right? Also continuity. You draft a quarterback. Everybody said he's got this great infrastructure in Carolina around him, right? With the head coach, the coordinator, the quarterback coach, everything's there. The senior assistant, everything's in place. And then you see him beat C.J. Stroud on the field as a rookie, right? If you take out the 3 games he threw multiple interceptions, he was 5 touchdowns, 6 touchdowns, 3 picks, okay? Had some decent games last year, okay? But then you go into this year, you change everything because C.J. Stroud's doing so well in Houston. We got to destroy this thing. We got to blow it up and start over because, C.J. Stroud's doing so great in Houston. These coaches aren't getting it done. But to blame this on Bryce Young is ridiculous. This is the blame here goes to the organization, the owner, for mishandling.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, Mel. You can't take the 3 games where he had multiple interceptions out. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I agree that it's dumb, but he's also not wrong. Like,
no, the great players, no matter the sport, transcend the ineptitude of the team they play for.
Yeah, I'm not saying Bryce Young is great, but like
it's different because you're drafting a guy who's like 5 feet tall.
Nah, that doesn't matter.
You drafted a guy 1 overall and then fired the head coach 10 games into the season. Like you didn't even give them an opportunity. Like you barely gave them a chance on a roster you knew was devoid of talent. This is because David Tepper is a horrendously bad owner. That's why bad owners create bad environments, create bad teams, and bad things happen to bad teams.
And Courtney said it. He has no patience, and it's all about hiring the right guy. Has nothing to do with his size. Because guess what? Kyler Murray's small. Looks fine to me. You look at Baker Mayfield. He's small, fine. Drew Brees was small, fine. There's plenty of quarterbacks that are undersized that are able to get it done in the National Football League. I think it's about, and we've said this all the time, if you don't have the right coach in place to give that quarterback some stability, if the quarterback just doesn't have that it factor, then it's very difficult to go from 1 year, one system, another year, another system, and that's kind of what's happened to Bryce Young.
You did not put the right offensive line in place in front of a potential Drake May start. Like, you screwed that up.
But if you look at the all-22 breakdown from Scheim in your dating site, the line is giving him time.
No, a lot of it, like, if you go back and look at every single play,
Scheim had a stat of what was he, middle of the league when it comes to time to throw the football?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, like, Greg,
And a lot of those pressure numbers can be misconstrued because Jacoby Brissett's holding onto the ball so long that he's creating his own pressure.
And outside of Drew Brees, who won a Super Bowl, how many small quarterbacks have years and years of success in the NFL?
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Russell Wilson.
Also won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he has a bunch
Okay, with one of the great defenses in NFL history.
Well, I mean...
but he still had years of success.
Yeah, he's had years of success.
Okay, so 2.
Well, now we got to go through the list of small quarterbacks. All right, let me try to think.
I mean, I just think...
I mean, Doug Flutie had success.
Oh, come on.
He did?
He was 70.
Yeah, but he had success when he played in the NFL.
Twitch chat says Fran Tarkenton, Curtis.
Yep.
That.
I call him Francis.
Vikings superstar, Fran Tarkenton.
The original scrambling quarterback, right?
Yep.
One of the original endorsers of products on commercial television, Fran Tarkenton.
Fran Tarkenton, underrated, could succeed in today's NFL.
And I got to tell you, Russell Wilson is how old?
He's got to be
35 or something
like that.
Boy, he looks good. Better than ever.
It doesn't look good now.
Michael Vick was small.
Wiggy
He
wanted
had
him.
success.
Michael Vick was not under 6 feet tall.
He was like 6 feet. And generally, when they say you're 6 feet, you're smaller than that.
That is true.
You know, so let's be honest. I'm just trying to go through the list.
Well, he's not under 6 feet. He is 6 feet. And
All
we're
right.
going by what everybody's
So,
listed as. If everybody lies, it's all the same rubric.
So let's say Bryce is. What's the difference between 5'11" and 6 feet?
An inch.
But an inch means nothing. It's not like.
Did you watch Any Given Sunday? The inches are everywhere.
I could see if you're going, all right, Bryce Young is 5'11" and this quarterback's 6'3". There's
I don't know, Curtis. Do you buy into the Baker Mayfield assance?
Yes.
No,
I buy
don't.
into Baker Mayfield.
Did you see Baker ripping Brady, by the way?
Wow,
he
that's
said they're
stupid.
finally happy now that he was gone, that they were all the players were too stressed around Tom.
Two is short, too. Two is another one. I mean, the days of the short quarterback are long gone out the window. The prototype being the Drew Bledsoe.
6'1" for Tua.
The 6'5".
Curtis well aware of how helpful it can be to get an extra inch.
God, the amount of time you think about my member is very odd.
The exclusive home for Patriots Monday and Friday.
WEEI. New England
Sports Original.
Getting on the network Warwick relies on is easy when you come into the Verizon store at 399 Bald Hill Road. Come check out the latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between. It's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network Warwick relies on. Visit the Verizon store at 399 Bald Hill Road to speak with Reed and save big today.
Heads up, pet owners. There's a new 24-hour veterinary emergency hospital in Warwick. Veg ER for Pets is now open and ready for any emergency and urgent care need. Whether you have a dog, cat, bird, or exotic, if it fits through the door, they'll treat it. Just call or walk in and you'll see an emergency veterinarian right away. Best of all, you get to stay by your pet's side the entire time. For more information, visit veg.com today. That's VEG.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay